All right, I believe we are live at. Awesome. What's going on? So what's going on, H&M, is if you're in this live right now, move over to the other live on YouTube. So I'm going to shut this one down. I think we got it together. X, are you there? Okay. So I'm going to get rid of this video. So the only one left will be the one on YouTube. So let's try that out, okay? How do I end this screen? End. Oh, sorry. It was on mute. Says the call for a second. Hi, everyone. Merry Christmas. Welcome. So, thank you. Yeah, there was no sound for a second. So, if you can see me and hear me, I'll start again. Yummy. You found cereal? Look at this baby blueberries. So we can really start off the right way. Da, da, da. Blueberries, blueberries. Yes. Whoa, that was the clearest yes yet. Wow. Yes. Yes. Wow. That's amazing, Mama. Blueberries. Wow. Someone heard that? That was amazing. All right. Hi. So, did we get the link from before and how to join? Because there's a separate link on how to join. View all messages. If anything is, I'm not sure what that means. So share with your audience a copy link. Right. I didn't leave, I just had to send some messages. Oh my goodness, 7 of you guys in here. How exciting. The crazy thing is, I think X is the only one that has the link to join. There he is.
All right, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Turn down. Very away. So,
Hello?
today's Christmas. I'm going to make some breakfast and probably prep for dinner too, just so that's like done and out the way. But you know, it's gonna be hectic. But you guys have been here, so let's see anything new. And it's not meant to drop the phone. The link. Yes, the link is somewhere. You
All
hear
right,
me?
good. You can hear me
Well, the
good.
link. Because it says here's a little picture. Remove guest. No. No, wait. Add another guest. Can I add more than one? We're gonna learn as we go because so far we do have X over here, but I have no idea, one, where that, two, how to share that link again. Yeah, I don't typically go live through YouTube like this, so we're gonna have to figure out. Because it says share with your audience, it doesn't share at another person. I'm gonna have to go back to my email really fast.
The reason why it's black on the right is because I can't find a camera button to turn off my camera, Zed. I don't like being on camera.
If not, send it back through the email. I don't even see where I just sent it. So bizarre. Let me check on my tablet. Maybe my tablet's updated. So weird. So with YouTube, oh, I'm frozen.
You were frozen. I can see you in real time now.
We're excellent. Let me see if you was taking. Okay. Now I'm nervous there's a lag, so I don't even know if it was me that was freezing. Hey, sister. Well, hi, Miss Jill 1991.
Breann, can you hear me?
Hi, X. Can you hear me or see me? We can't hear or see you.
You can't hear or see me.
Yeah, freezing. Are you too close to another device? Well, I am. Yeah, my tablet's right here.
Can you not hear me, Breann? Can anybody hear me right now?
That's better? Okay. I will wait a second to see if things change.
Can anybody hear me?
You can hear me? Okay, yay. I didn't know being right next to another device would
All
hurt
right.
like that, so I'm
I'm
not
just wondering
sorry.
why. Breann, can you hear me?
You can hear both of you. Oh, I can't hear X at all.
That's
Unless you're
weird.
talking about me and the baby. X, if you're
So
saying something right now, I can't hear unless
I'm talking right now.
switch
Can you
to
not
a
hear me?
headphone or
Like, is
something.
one of your devices turned down? Hello?
Oh my goodness, it was through my headphones.
I've been talking the whole time. Like, how can everyone else hear me but you?
No way. Yeah, so when I switched from StreamYard away from StreamYard to YouTube, it got on my headphones. No way. See, we're literally building this as we fly. I had no idea you were even talking.
Mm-hmm. I was off
Wow.
and on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now that we got
definitely
that,
was.
because the thing is, I thought you were frozen the whole time just because I couldn't hear you, but I didn't make the
Nah,
connections.
I was off and on as soon as Zed confirmed that he could hear me. As soon as Hustler confirmed he could hear me, I muted myself.
This is why the chat is invaluable. There's no way I would have known you were even talking had I not thought about it. I'm like, well, how come? I guess when you get on StreamYard, it takes you off of whatever Bluetooth device. But then when I got on YouTube, it added my headphones back. So I use my headphones for YouTube. I'm not sure how that works.
They look like they're Bluetooth.
hmm
So
Yeah, but
yeah,
every time I go live
yep.
with StreamYard, they don't connect anymore. So
Hmm.
happy. Can y'all hit the like? Oh, thank you, Miss Jill. Yes, I always forget to say hit the like button. I appreciate it. It helps the, YouTube overlords to see me. Um, I know, pretty. You gotta wait for the hash brown to cool down. It's hot.
Yeah. Man.
Actually, I gotta cook the other side. I mean, both sides is dark as the first. Yeah, pretty. So now that we are, actually on par, gotta wait for our father to come back. Yes. Huh. Huh. Good job communicating. You want more? Did you eat them all? Girl, I gave you like 20 blueberries. Let me see. Oh my. When I tell you, this baby can down some blueberries. More? Yes. You say more? More? Close enough, I guess. Oh, it's vertical. Yes, it's vertical now. More? More? Yeah? More blueberries. Hi. Beep, beep. More. Watch your step, pretty girl. Like, okay. Love you too. All right. Beetlejuice. See, someone else gets it, X. But I do see how you may have seen it
I don't get it,
differently.
but there's a lot of movies movies and shows that the most people like and talk about that I have no idea. I just raise an eyebrow. Like, so I have never seen The Godfather. I've never seen um oh my goodness, there's so many movies that are like quoted. I have never seen the fullness of the Star Wars series.
Okay, I
Um
haven't either. Bits and clips,
yeah, like I tend to not but it's not just movies. Like, if you go back to music, there's a lot of mainstream music that I have not heard either, because I tend to gravitate to things that don't make it to the radio. Um,
Okay, yeah.
so there's a certain rapper who is no longer respected from recent times who shall not be named,
Mhm.
and I when I had actually heard one of the albums, there's a song on there that was actually the first song I learned how to play on piano. Well, I learned how to play the instrumental on a piano on my keyboard piano,
Mhm.
and I never once heard it online. I never heard it I didn't hear it mentioned like at all for many years. Um, we're not mentioning any names here.
I don't think mentioning any rapper nowadays is a good idea. And even just,
That's what I'm saying.
talking generalities because we don't know who's associated with
Exodus,
what.
shush, shush, Exodus, don't say nothing. You know, um, I just
Absolutely.
can't do it. I can't. I mean, nowadays there's a lot of songs like where I hear them now, and my first thing is, so is there a? No, I'm not talking about Marvin's Room. There's just okay. I might as well since I've officially been caught. um, Look up the song called "Over My Dead Body." It's by Drake. It's on the Take Care album. It's X in Marvin's Room. uh, you could say that. I'm in my own room, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's Marvin's room. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I no longer um I don't listen to
Comments are
mainstream
funny.
music like that. I don't listen to mainstream music like that. Uh, like, so when people are like, when people talk about another rapper who's very old now, I'm gonna say like maybe higher 40s, low 50s, married to a certain singer who shall also be unnamed, so we don't get slapped off of YouTube with the backhand of a pimp. I should not have said the p word. Whoops. Um, you never know get people get kicked off YouTube these days. But anyway, um,
Yeah, toss up.
so there's that certain
Lots of
rapper, like
funny stuff.
after the song "Dirt Off My Shoulders," I really stopped paying
Mhm.
attention. Then I heard him in Otis with Kanye. Then I never heard him again until yeah, there you go, Blue, there you go. Um,
Wait, read them out
so
loud, because I'm not gonna be able to hear it for a little bit. The comments that you see.
oh yeah, so I'm gonna have to read them. So some people
Mhm.
are mentioning the guy who lost the rap beef, and then the guy who is currently under investigation for a 13-year-old association. Um,
Oh. Okay.
so I'm still not saying those names because we don't want YouTube
Mhm.
coming after Breann. So I think so. I think so. Blue. I don't know. You never know who. So you can mention Kanye, but not Drake or Jay. Like, Yeah, YouTube be like, are you trying to expose people? Oh no, we can't have that. Delete, 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 delete. Hitting the delete button. Like some frantic person
I
hitting.
don't know nothing about nobody doing nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm so
Hey,
out of the
I
loop.
don't.
I don't know
I
anything.
don't. I don't. Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say though. Like the last time I heard of Sean Carter, he was on the song "Monster" with Kanye and those other artists, and after that, I stopped paying attention.
Mm,
That's why like I just don't pay attention to them. I like to if I do like main artists, I don't like most of the songs. It's not that I dislike the songs that make to radio, but I don't like how like the radio over the years had played out every single song that I liked. So
Oh,
there's
to
so
answer H&M, so the link I sent you, X, how you join this, is it possible to do more than one person at one time
I
with
think
that
so.
same link? So,
I
are
believe
you
so.
able to put a link down if you're a Superman? Because there's
Well,
two
the thing
questions I
is
guess
that
I gotta
my
answer.
thing is that I'm logged on the YouTube app. So if I leave it to try to put the link down, I'm not on my laptop. I'm actually trying to boot it up right now so I can switch devices. But
Oh, okay.
if I go to try to put it in chat, it's gonna leave the live, and then you're gonna have to add me all over again. I'm actually
Oh,
I'm on the YouTube app on my phone, which is why things are so difficult. I can read the chat, but I can't post anything to chat.
okay, that makes sense because you're currently on here. So it would have to be
Yeah.
somebody that's not currently on here that has the link. Which
Oh, Brienne cut out again.
Okay, so when I leave the app, it does do that.
Yes,
Because I was gonna
indeed.
try and find the link. Okay. So, hmm. So when I
Unfortunately,
cut out, what happens?
unfortunately, I will not be able to do much until my laptop decides it's going to update. So I'm stuck on mobile. I can't type anything in chat. I can't post nothing until my laptop reboots.
Chat.
Sorry.
And it even tells me welcome to the chat, even though I can't type anything. That's so bizarre. Yeah, I have no idea how to do this, but we're learning on the go. Yeah, even when I hit share, it just gives me the share buttons and it just says share with your audience. It doesn't tell me how to do anything else. I wish YouTube would be. Yeah, I do wish they could figure that out. But yeah, the only thing I can do is when I start the live, I copy it and then I send it directly to somebody before going live. I think this is for like people who are like doing the live together. I'm pretty sure I can add other people. It's just once X's computer comes up, he'll have multiple. I mean, I can't even get to my computer at the moment. I have baby down here cooking. But yeah, I think we'll be able to figure it out in just a few minutes. So bear with us. Yeah, and I don't even know if it can be a full panel. I can probably add people up one by one as long as you have the link. What happened to Blue? Blue is right above you in the comments. Yeah, we used to have a better build in YouTube Stream. Oh, well, with YouTube Stream, I've only ever been able to um, like add you guys in through a call on my tablet separately. So I can still add you guys in that way, but then I'd have to figure out how to add a comment with the YouTube. This what's called Google Meet. Let's try it again. Hi, sugar. You have blueberry all over your face. Yeah, you do. Okay. We might be able to. Oh no, I totally forgot to click a button here. Let's do. I wonder if I can do this since I'm currently live. Holy. Edit in advanced studio. Okay, here we go. Thank you. So I'm literally editing the settings as we speak. Great. Okay, so there's one thing done. Oh, I didn't care about trending audio. Oh wow, I'm one subscriber away from having 5,100 subscribers. That's cool. Let's
Make sure you hit
do,
that subscribe button.
right, okay, hash browser, done. those to the side really fast. Yes. Hey, love, can you come down here? Sorry, can't hear me. So it's kind of weird. Since I'm the one logged in, I wonder if I may have to log into my husband to try and do what I need to do. Holy sugar. You can't climb over that.
I just
Yeah.
know what YouTube live vertical gets more views. If you need to go back to StreamYard, I understand. It seems like StreamYard is it has its own perks in its way, but um
Mm-hmm.
but on the flip side, you know, I don't know. I mean, if I had StreamYard up on my laptop right now, I still switch to YouTube because I still have to type into the chat, which I don't mind doing. It only takes a second, but
Mm-hmm.
I got so used to it. It doesn't even it doesn't even phase me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get
Yeah,
bothered with
so
stuff like that.
oh shoot, I got the pan heating up. Hey.
I'm
All
really
right.
starting to want some hash browns right now. That's what I want.
Oh yeah. That's exactly what I just made. Some hash
As
browns.
soon as he mentioned them, like I have food laws, and I actually introduced
Huh?
my laws of food to certain people, and so far I've been agreed with to the few that I've told. Everything
Mm-hmm.
that is not sweet, like potatoes, chicken, steak. Well, you don't eat most of the stuff, but you can even say do your vegetables and your hash
Mm-hmm.
browns. There's two
Yeah.
things that there's a combo that when you mix it in, it is unlike any other, and that
Right.
is garlic powder and Italian seasoning.
Oh yeah.
You put that combination together because I there was somebody behind me at a grocery store, and I was in line getting some fried chicken, and so there's a store called Giant, hashtag not sponsored.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Giant to pick up some fried chicken, some white meat chicken, and this guy was behind me, like he was completely confused on what to do. So I broke the ice. I'm like, hey, the white meat's better than the dark meat. The dark meat is like a little too greasy, like and always makes me sick. He's like, oh really? I'm like, yeah, man. I patted
Mm-hmm.
my stomach that's still shrinking because I'm at the gym like every other day except for holidays. This is my second day off from the gym in a row in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he was like, "So you think the white meat better?" I'm like, "Bro, I know excuse me, I know the white meat is better. It's always better." Thank you, POP Presents, for stopping by to say hi. Just stopping by to say hi, Brienne. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry
Uh,
Christmas.
so yeah, I was in line. So I wasn't in line to check out. I was trying to pick out the case of chicken to get out, and I told him
Mm-hmm.
about this combination, and I added one third thing. There's a brand called 4C. They have this. It's an old brand. They make Parmesan cheese, and
Mm-hmm.
I always get the Parmesan Romano cheese. So what I do
Mm-hmm.
with my chicken is I like to put it on garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and I like to coat the top with grated Parmesan cheese. And
Mm-hmm.
every once in a while, I like to dip it in this blue cheese that I get from a local pizza shop when I order from
Mm-hmm.
there once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a combo that can't be beaten. And so
I
far, people are
bet.
like, hey, I actually tried it. Yo, this is like, really good. I'm like, I
Mm-hmm.
told you, I know it tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not broken, so I don't fix it.
Yeah, I hear you. Um, I feel also when you're around certain people, well, around certain people, when you get around like a significant other or a friend, your taste buds actually start to change to adapt to theirs. Like if they're used to something super salty, your taste buds eventually, mesh to do that. So, be very careful who you kick it with, because next thing you know, you have high blood pressure or something.
Yeah,
Talk
who
to a
you telling?
doctor, but
Yeah, yeah, hustler. The gym is closed today, and I don't like it. like I usually work out every other day, but it's been good for me too because I've been realizing that if I do
Mhm,
cardio when and I have a 60-pound vest that I wear on me,
mhm.
and it hurts my upper back. So it's actually better if I take a break for more
Oh
than
no.
24 hours when I'm pushing it. I broke my glass ceiling for the first time. I was struggling with my weight for a while, and then I
Mhm,
started using the vest and I started pushing myself for about an hour. Um, at a shot wearing the vest, and now I think I've dropped from 290 to 284, give or take. And I'm like,
ooh,
okay, I'm like, so I dropped the weight, and it only seems that my body swells, and I put the weight back on, but it doesn't stay on for long because I'm trying to
Mhm.
build muscle while also burning fat. Yes, you heard that
Mm.
right, Zed. Yeah, yeah. Yes, you heard that right. No, I'm not training to be a cop. I'm just training to be stronger. There's actually a challenging process in fitness. It's called body recomposition. And
Mhm.
essentially, so conventional theory goes that if you hear me out, Zed, hear me out.
Definitely.
So according to conventional fitness theory, you cannot lose weight and build muscle at the same time. But that's
Mm.
actually not true. It is possible. It's just extremely hard to do. So
Mhm.
so I know that I wanted to build muscle, and so far that's working pretty darn well, especially in my arms. I'm starting, but right now I'm trying to also build muscle underneath all these layers of fat. I mean, I've been heavy since I was a kid. Uh, so
Mhm.
um, so I'm actually over 3 years into my fitness regimen. Towards the end of my second year working out, that's when I bought the vest. Really good in terms of the weight, but it is very poor cloth quality. Like on my fourth use, it tore in the side. Like there's a tear in the seam. But it costed me an arm and a leg to get this vest. So I put this vest on. And at first, I was huffing it, and there was actually so I started driving home, Zed, and after I had used the vest, I'm driving home, and I'm about maybe 3 intersections away from my house,
Mhm.
and and I'm coming down this incline. I'm doing about 40 miles an hour, and then for about just shy of 2 seconds, my vision completely blacks out.
Oh
Um,
no.
I blacked out for a couple blinks, and then my vision came back.
It's a
And I found
blackout.
out what causes that. What causes that is that when someone does too much cardio, it actually increases the amount of cortisol in the system, and it puts stress. Bulletproof vest X out here doing drive-bys. No, Blue. No, it's not bulletproof. It's just a fitness vest. but what I had done was I had trained so hard I overloaded my central nervous system,
Mhm.
and my cortisol was most likely through the roof. He said, "Let me stop playing." Yeah, I'm like, so I was pushing. I was like, I now that it's been about 18, 19 months of me having the vest, now I can handle the vest no problem. Like I put on the full 60, and I take a break probably once every 20 to 30 minutes, and I'll probably stop for 10 minutes, then I'll go again, and all that adds up. So I can usually crank out an hour 20 minutes with breaks in between when I'm at the gym. So it really depends on the day. I mean, I actually created a poor man's version of a pre-workout using of course the herbal things that I experiment with. If you don't have 45, 50, $60 for a pre-workout, then what I personally do, my opinion, not a doctor, just in case people be listening. Not a doctor. Oh, okay, you must be ripped. You got a six pack. No, nah, Zed, I don't have a six pack. I'm working on it. Because remember, I started my weight loss journey at 338 pounds. Like I was a walking advertisement for every single pizza joint in the world. No, I'm not anywhere near ripped, but right now, like even the females, they be seeing that my rhomboids behind my neck be popping when I'm at the gym. I actually had this woman come up to me a week and a half ago when I was on the cardio machine, and it wasn't a treadmill. It's hard to explain. And she was like, "You look really good. How tall are you?" I get this exactly to the marker. I'm 5'11" and a half. I'm literally half an inch away from 6 feet tall. I've been morbidly obese for most of my adult life. So anyway, this woman walks up to me. She's like, "You look really good." I was like, "Thanks, I appreciate that." She was super, super. I'm not gonna say old. I'm not gonna say she was like grandma like language, but she was probably in her like mid 60s or something, maybe upper 50s. I don't know.
So that was
But
too.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I was cranking out. I was cranking. So if you take the vest and you combine it with a lot of things, you can probably have enough power to crank out about 800 calories in half an hour. You just need the right combination of things. And I've been experimenting with herbal stuff for about 5 years now. So I will tell you, if you need a poor man's pre-workout, you need a source of energy, as in caffeine. I would say Yogi's Tangerine Dream tea works out best, or pretty much any source of caffeine. Don't do coffee though, because that might push your heart over the edge, and you'll feel like your heart's firing like a machine gun. Uh, that's my experience anyway. Um, Secondly, I'm putting you guys onto this game. I'm not even playing. This poor man's workout helped me endure for 3 hours. Um, so I took small breaks, and I'm like, okay, let's go. Hey, let's go again. Let's do it again and again. And you actually have to be, you actually might have so much energy. You're going to have to be cautious to make sure you don't overdo it, because then you'll black out the way I did, and you'll be in danger of hitting somebody on the road. So you have to know when to stop. Show your hi Tyler Perales. Show yourself. Nah, I'm not really crazy about being on camera, but once you see the replay of the live, you'll see that I accidentally showed myself already. Like I actually am very self conscious. That's why I'm not ever on camera. Um, so, but I'm not making it up. I mean, the lies. I bet you aren't. Whatever. I'm like, whatever. Um, It is what it is. I'm not super ripped. I'm nowhere close. Like, that's what I'm saying, Tyler. I'm not even close to where my goals are. You sound like you should be subconscious. Huh?
Tyler, where'd you come from?
I'm like, chill.
Yeah, it's literally Christmas. Like, let's do this.
I'm like, chill, brother, chill.
Yeah, like it's cool. Like, let's enjoy our Christmas.
I wish my laptop was working right now. Um, so anyway. Um, so anyway. So anyway, but yeah, the woman that approached me, she wasn't super hot or nothing. She was elderly. I'm like, my mama, the man in the back looking G. Huh? Oh, she's talking about Tez. Um, Tyler is Drake, huh? I don't know what you guys be talking about. You guys need to chill. We don't be talking about guys that were accused of some things, not extensively anyway. Just got me a laptop. For real, hustler, what brand did you get? Because I got me a Dell, and I thought Dells were pimping until I found out that they weren't. I bet you didn't get approached by Sue. I didn't say she was hot, Tyler. I said she was elderly. I don't know if you just joined the live or not, but nah, no, she was not. She was not hot by any stretch. She was close to elderly. Nah, it's. I wish that granny ain't get laid in years. She said, "I'll bite the bullet," and hey, I don't be talking about people like that, because one day I will be that age. If the world doesn't explode by then, HP is good, right? My opinion is that HP is not all that good. But then again, pretty much all these brands aren't all that good. It's like the parts. It's like the parts they wear out in about a year and a half. I personally want to get me a Linux laptop, because Windows be forcing things on people, like this update I'm waiting for, so I can boot up my laptop and use that instead of my phone. Yeah, I do respect the elderly. Um, it's like, but so far all of them are bad. Like, yeah, they get slow within a year, and then you're like, well, why did I buy this thing for? Lenovo is good, okay. I once had a Lenovo. No, not I didn't have a Lenovo. My older brother did many years ago, and they're pretty much all the same. They look slightly different, but they perform mostly the same. They're fast for the first few months, then you see a slow throttling of the speed and all that. Like even in my laptop, I have a Intel i5 chip, and it was fast for about a year, and now it's so beyond it's so slow that, and they do it on purpose. There was actually something that happened that I remember about 3 years ago. Apple got caught. This was in reference to smartphones, but in reference to Apple, they got caught programming the batteries and the chips, the computer chips that are in our phone. He's skipping my comments. How you gonna sound like you got that dumped? Huh?
Whoa.
What?
Why are we reading
He's
that?
skipping my.
Because I
Wait,
can't
what?
while cooking, but
I read every single one of your comments. What you mean? Like, that's why I'm like, hey, chill, man. I'm like, breathe. Take a moment and breathe. I don't look to offend nobody, man.
Holy
But yeah, but Apple got caught with throttling people's speeds so that they'll be forced to buy a new iPhone when they release the new model. And I don't know if you can if it's still if the article's still up. Like, but yeah, you could probably find it that a lot of these smart devices, Tyler be read them from what I heard. Mm.
All right,
That
gotta make mine now. But look at my husband's breakfast.
looks like an omelet.
It is not one.
And I want some. Apple owe me money.
Yeah, it's made
I,
from mung
I'm
beans, so it cooks up just like an omelet. So he
I
has
wait. Is
soft.
that ham that I see?
There's what?
Is that ham?
Hash browns.
No, no, not the hash browns. In the omelet, it looks like things of pink. That looks like chunks of ham.
No, that's bell peppers. It probably does look like
Oh, bell
that.
peppers are.
Beyond meat sausage chopped up.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
that's what he was pointing to.
your
I was
store.
about to say, I'm like, oh, you cheating? Like,
Well, like I said, even if I'm,
I don't care. I don't care. I just like busting your chops.
oh, I don't do all that. But yeah, now I'm about to make mine. But mine is gonna have
Boy, you better be quiet under eyeing food. Like, look, Tyler, I be hungry out here in these streets, man. Like,
baby.
once I get hungry, I get hungry. It is what it is. Wait, you sound like if you get caught, you're getting arrested for a minute. Huh?
I'm gonna feel what the comments are.
I don't know. I be calling out businesses like in these private groups. I'm like, yeah. I just met people at the laundromat yesterday, and I told them about TikTok, and I told them about the cybersecurity stuff that's right there. You sound like you're hungry. I'm very hungry actually. I only eat once a day most of the time. Also explains my weight loss. It's unnatural weight loss. Um, but yeah, I'm hungry. I can't even think straight.
Oh,
Oh man. Oh, mercy. Hit that like button. Oh boy. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah. So I told them about TikTok, and then like this woman's eyes, they just bolt it like wide open. They're like, wait a minute, are you serious? I said, yeah, it's right in the terms of service. They outwardly tell you that they're keylogging you. That's the method talking. How many teeth fall out in the weight loss process? How many teeth fell out? Uh, now I still have all my teeth.
you just gave her
Uh huh.
2 cups of blueberries. You give her a piece.
Right. All right. I don't know what you be talking about, so I'm putting you in timeout.
Yeah, I was about to say, holy.
I might. I gave enough. I gave enough. I gave enough chills.
Mario,
I'm like, bruh, get the heck up out of here.
Christmas, man, what's
When you grow up, you can come back.
Yo, you the super admin.
I
Apple.
tried not to. I really did. I really did. I tried with them. I'm like, why?
Oh, it says message deleted by X. Oh, your time. I see the timeout. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, I don't know what you was talking about, Tyler, but you gotta tighten up.
I'm like, people be. I don't know why people be like be doing this, but then again, actually, I do know why people be doing it. People be doing it because they don't want to admit how what like yeah what was Tyler talking about? I don't know. I just think that he was trying to get something get a rise out of me. It's not gonna work. Um, it doesn't work because I already know that your life is so empty that you feel like you have to bring down other people. So and I know that people who are in pain, they do go search out how to bring that pain to other people so that people can bring them to the side and go, yo, what's up with you? What's going on in your life that makes you feel so empty that you have to bring other people down to your level?
Because the thing
Um,
it was like kind of like being silly, but after that I'm like it's still continuing because I couldn't even see it right away because I'm cooking. I'm like,
that,
just trying to.
sometimes people be doing that. I mean, I just don't get it. I get that they do it, but I think people don't stop to actually think, huh, I'm not gonna feel better when I'm done. so maybe I shouldn't do this. Now they go, I want to do it anyway. Like I'm like, all right. I don't care about the little. I don't care about the little jabs. You know, like if yeah, there's little jabs that don't make me upset. You know, things that I laugh at myself about. Like if I'm walking with somebody and I see a pretty girl walk by and my head turns almost instinctually and people are like, were you looking at that girl? I'm like, no, and then like we goof off about it. I can laugh at myself with that. And in fact, I count on it. Um, you know, actually, a blast from my past showed up when I was driving home from the gym. This was about 2.5 months ago. I actually saw Caked Up Cuban when I was driving through the town. I didn't. I almost stopped by because I thought she was someone else. I thought she was just some woman I'd never seen before. And I was driving by because I was about to just, I was about to holler because I'm like, you know what? I got this maca root in my system. I'll go back to the pre workout part in a moment because that's actually part of my regimen. And I was like, yo, let me stop and holler at her. And then I looked to the right, I'm like, oh shoot, it's her. And then I drove off without saying anything. I bet I look super weird to any onlookers.
Oh, yeah,
It was funny though.
it's
Um,
as I was about to walk past. Yeah, I hear you.
but no, but she was walking. I was in my car because I was on my way home from the gym, and I always have to cross a bridge to come back into PA from New Jersey. And so I'm passing by. I'm like, "Yo, that girl got cake on her. I'm gonna go holla." And then I pull. So I'm seeing her from behind, of course. So I swing a left. I'm about to pull over, and then I saw her face, like just the side of what I thought was her face, and I'm like, "Oh shoot!" And then I drove off without saying anything. It was like I felt so awkward. It was funny. I laughed at myself like, "Yep, I'm good. I'm not doing that."
You said blueberry or cinnamon? Okay. Yeah, that's wild. So you didn't end up saying anything? Is what you said?
Nah, I didn't say anything. I don't even think she saw me. And like because I was slowing down the pullover, and then but once so I was in the slowing down phase. I had not yet put my blinker on the pull off on the side, and then I saw her face, and I'm like, you know what? On second thought, I'm gonna abort the mission. I'm good,
Right.
and I drove off. Because I did reach out. I did kind of reach out to see like if like if yeah, hold on, hear me out. I saw that look.
I guess. So
And like so I did, but she never responded. So it's whatever. But I laugh at myself sometimes like, yo, why did I do that? Well, it's obvious why I did that. How many more people we still got in the building right now? It's hard to see through this tape.
three,
We got
but
3 people.
it's been going up and down. So somewhere between 3 and
You remind You
yeah.
remind me. Zed says you remind me of another YouTuber, Breann. Her name is Kim at Home. Y'all favor, in my opinion. Oh, you said so. There's a YouTuber called Kim at Home. I'd be more than happy to look this person up if my laptop will reboot. This is that's the thing about slow laptops. We get on my nerves. So anyway, so if you're looking for a poor man's pre-workout, you need a source of caffeine, maca powder, and uh, a fusion of turmeric and ginger. That's all I use. And I can usually crank out enough force for about 2 to 3 hours. Depends on the day.
You said turmeric and ginger. That's like my little pre.
Yeah. So turmeric, ginger, a source of caffeine, and maca powder. That's my poor man's pre-workout.
Okay.
And usually I'm usually good for about 3 to 4 hours, but I save some energy to drive home so I can stay safe that way.
Butter.
Um,
Butter. No. Just
I'm
like
about to look up this Kim at Home. That name sounds so familiar. Kim at Home. Wasn't she being talked about just a few days ago? See, that's why I don't have my ear into the YouTube streets. It'd be too dramatic. There was actually this live of this woman who was cooking, and she was this, the internet is like a buzz with about her right now, and she was pretty much saying, in short, you better cook like this for your man, or I'm gonna come steal him. And, and women got ticked off at her.
I did a small ode to her when I started. I was like, I'm not like those other YouTubers. I've been doing this for cooking on camera. Yeah.
She's a pretty lady doing cleaning and DIY. Yeah, do it yourself.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, well, let a woman be acting like that. She like the next question I'd be asking is saying what about her? She does cook sometimes. See, I don't know if we're talking about the same person, Zed. I just heard about this because when I click on stuff on YouTube, even though I don't sign in with my account most of the time, if it is age appropriate, I don't sign in. But I still saw it and I recommend it, and I was like, oh, this woman is ticked off. This woman has a bunch of black women mad at her, and I was like, who the heck is this? I never even heard of this before the drama.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the rapper Takeoff. I didn't hear of Takeoff until what happened to him. Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Um, but essentially, it's the same old story about internalized misogyny and things like that. But I don't know if we're talking about the same person, Zed. We're probably not talking about the same person. It- she's never in drama. Okay, so we're not talking about the same person then. Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. High chance I'm thinking about somebody else. It's hard to stay out of drama when you're on YouTube. You can't build a following and stay out of drama. That's against YouTube law. You got to get into it with somebody.
That's what I'm saying. I don't do nothing to nobody, and yet people still got something to put under my comments.
Like, it's like, yeah, like we don't like that's the reason why I don't join most of these panels. I don't even ask to join these panels is because I've said this before in a live a long time ago. The thing is that I appreciate the fact that we all come together to compare notes and have these conversations. That is insanely important. I don't deny that. But the thing is that what I see a lot of times is that people get wrapped up in the same stuff, or when things do change, it's usually about celebrity or pseudo celebrity drama. And I'm like, okay, well, how is this supposed to help anybody? Like, are you here? Because the thing is that you can either be here for solutions or you can be here for clicks, and trying to get money and impressions and stuff. And for the most part, with very few exception, you can't do both. Ized says, "I don't want no drama. People have issues with themselves." Exactly. I'll be the first person to say I got issues with myself. Like I'll say that all day, every day. It's like I'll say that all day, every day. I have my own issues. We have our own stressors. I know that your stressors and my stressors, there's going to be some overlap. Like, for example, our economy is still in very big trouble and money is a huge stressor. So people start acting ways that they normally don't because they need money. How many people got looted and got rioted on because of money? But how many of us would be even thinking to do that if we had a substantial income? It is my opinion that if you're not back before, what was it, before World War I, I might be going back a little too far, but around World War I, the economy was to the point where one income could take care of everybody, but that income allowed for a lot that a man could, with the husband, the head of the household, could pay the bills and save a brick of money and invest, and he can afford to take out a family of his wife and two kids all on the same income.
Mhm.
It is my opinion, if you cannot do all four without penny pinching, you're getting ripped off. So people say minimum wage should be around 15 an hour now. That fight was won for the most part, but with the inflation that's taken place, that looks delicious. You guys have torture me with that.
I,
That's
I
torture.
told you guys what I was doing. It doesn't take long to make. I used to make a lot of these, so
Uh,
yeah.
So it is my opinion that you should be able to do all four, which would help for a healthy economy. Based on the rate of productivity and technology, we should not be still working 8+ hours at a job. Actually, there's enough technology out there where if you were still trying to keep up with the productivity of the 1900s, you would be able to get away with working 4 to 5 hours a day and still make the same amount of money. If the dollar was not trashed the way it was. Um, if productivity and minimum wage had kept up, minimum wage at this point should be around 34 an hour. 34. You heard that right. And 34, if I'm counting correctly, that is approximately 78,000 a year. And that is because, if you have less than that, because if you have less than that, you have to sacrifice something. You're
Mm-hmm.
forced to. It makes no sense that we work 8 hours, 5 days work week, and it's actually worse in my area. Zed, most of the jobs over here, they be wanting you to work 10 plus hours. They want you to be working 70 hours a week, and they're not paying that much. You are right. What's the point of technology if we have to work so hard? See, that's the thing, and I agree with you, Zed. The thing is that when you look at how technology is working, that technology was supposed to make our lives easier, but the thing is that the dollar had been inflated to such a point to where that technology doesn't even matter anymore. It doesn't matter where you have to leverage things. You have to work 2 jobs minimum. It is at this point. I'm used to working. I'm glad you are a hustler. I'm still looking for a part timer. um, but the thing is that it is extremely hard to be in this economy with one income. If you're not cranking out, if you don't there's only a few states that you could move to. Where I heard that according to the research I did, I don't know if it's outdated yet, but there's a couple states in this country that you can move to where if you're grossing 50,000 a year, you're going to do okay, but you're not going to be rich. And those 2 states are Mississippi and oh my goodness, what am I thinking? And Alabama. There's certain areas of Alabama and Mississippi that if you move to, I think the average income in a certain area. Hustler, are you looking for a wife? I'm looking for a wife, Zed. I am. Heck yeah, I am. See, the thing is that with all the conversations on these kinds of channels, the thing is that we forgot what this was supposed to be about. Like, look, we as a people. I'm not saying you watching this, but as a group, in the mob think and the hive mind, the same points get brought up. Like it's like a broken record. Like, okay, we already have established that women are doing some effed up stuff, and the only way to really bring that to the forefront is direct communication. Hey, how come you feel the need to go out on a date with a guy you have no intention of being with? Why? How come you feel justified in doing that? It's like things like that, and the women said yes, but not searching for one. Oh man, hustler, don't you want to get married and be completely financially vulnerable to a modern woman? Come on. Come on, it's no big deal. Just think about a hustler. Think about how you'll have to work 5 times harder to make the same amount and going to jail if you fail. Come on, man. That for-profit prison industry needs another slave. Stop being selfish and sign your life away. Dang. I saw the look on Brian's face.
I'm just listening. So you're eating breakfast.
I just be going off.
Earlier in my life, the first thing I said is I really want more people to get married, but the caveat is I want more people to get married the way marriage is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Come in with
I,
common plan and common ideas and commitment at the base of it, and then even though you don't want to look to someone else for an example, you should have at least one couple you can look to and say, okay, they made the long haul. They're old as heck, and still making it work. You don't see
I,
that. What
Ed. Yeah, what up, Ed? Ed says, "Am I a Kevin Samuels fan?" Um, the thing is that I don't. About KS. I said this in a live long time ago, but I'll reiterate my position because I'm not thinking you're going to go looking for the evidence in a live of 3, 4, 5 hours. So I'll say it again. Here's my view of Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels had elements of truth to him. So he had ways of bringing things out that is still being mimicked to this very day. Am I overall a fan? No, and I'll tell you why. Overall, I am not a fan because there was things he was saying that you cannot tell the difference whether he meant it or if he was serious. And I for one, now I think Brian actually said this to me once too because I was super irritated that people in the live on our panel on this channel, well, her panel, I'm just part of it. On this panel over here, there was people are like talking about KS like he was some kind of god figure, and I'm like, huh? I'm like, wait a minute. Deadbeat father, two-time failed husband, lied about having a college degree, lied about having a long list of women that wanted him. He lied about so many things, but you're worshiping this man like he could walk on water. Heck no. And like and then Brianne's like, you don't know which one, like when he's joking, like for the sake of entertaining people, and when he's being serious. And that's the thing. I couldn't tell the difference because my curse with my mind, Ed, is that I can't wait a minute. I thought- I think Zed just took the Z off his name. I think this is probably the same person. I thought that was a new person. Um, but the thing is that I got irritated with people, like just they pretend they waited for
You
this
made a
man to be
sandwich. That's
they
smart.
waited for the well, my bad. I'll wait for Brian to finish.
He used his.
So
They made a breakfast sandwich with the omelet and the hash browns.
yes, I've done that before. Imagine not doing that. That couldn't be me. Anyway, so the thing about KS is that most people that claim they were his friend, they waited until the man's soul was already exited the planet to say that how close friends that they were. How do you claim that? Like I to me that doesn't jive right. So tons of people are mimicking his talking points, and then what that leads is to people saying maybe these people were close friends. No, the heck they weren't. And there's a YouTuber that has skyrocketed well past the 700,000 subscriber mark on using the same talking points, on using the same reaction channel kind of situation, and what that ends up doing is saying, "Wow, Chaos must have taught this woman everything he knew." It is my opinion. I'm not going to use the M word, meaning the person's no longer alive, but it is my opinion that based on the evidence of where she was at the time, I think that she either was the one who was it Zed. I can't say because I don't want Brian's video getting shut down because of she cries to YouTube and say I didn't do it. It MK or KG. You're on the right track, Blue. So there is a YouTuber that claims, "Oh, I'm such a close friend of his," but she wasn't at his funeral. Oh yeah, exactly, Blue. See, Blue knows what I'm talking about. The woman with the dreads, and it's a shame because the first name M is like one of the like has one of my favorite woman names. But she was at KS's place the night before his death. How is she not being questioned? So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. What'd you say, Brienne?
You have to say deletion.
Aw. Yeah, I know. Blue deleted one of his comments. I can't even read it. Um, they never checked that nurse. That's crazy. See, but that's the thing though, because the elements of truth that Chaos brought out made it a threat to the modern day the narrative that women deserve everything just because of what's in between their legs. So that did put a threat to that narrative. But the thing is that
Just
she
got
was I don't know what you said. No, I'm saying you gotta say delete it instead of MUR. Oh, I see what you mean now, Blue. I see it. But yeah, it is my opinion. MK deleted KS. I'm saying it now. It's something in my gut says she either did it or she's an accessory to it, and the nurse did it. And there was a certain lawyer who we definitely cannot say his name because he threatens legal action to anyone who even mentions his name. um Deletion of life, yeah, exactly. It is my opinion because you could see that her hand was on KS's like Red Bull can on his final live the night before his death, but somehow she got away with not being questioned. So, so now what? Now that's going back to KS for a second. Now coming off of that, I think that nurse is suspect. I don't know about MK, no clue. See, that's the thing though. She is, in my opinion, she's a fake, and that's the thing. Like, if you are this woman you claim to be, how are you a divorced woman? I know that sometimes women can go through a divorce, they can wake up, the scales can drop from their eyes, and they can convert. I believe that can happen. That, in religion, we call that repentance. So I believe people can change for the better because the person you're talking to now, I used to be extremely selfish growing up. And now I'm the opposite, because being selfish doesn't feel good long term. So it becomes a defense mechanism. So so going back to KS is that KS had a lot that was wrong with that situation. There was the thing where that man, a big booty and a smile got him. Said you wild. I can't even keep a straight face. So yeah, my issue with KS is that he lied a lot of times. He was effeminate. He was, he had that man pop on the camera in his room. I will tell you, as someone who has taken several cybersecurity courses, the only way a camera can pop on is if it's on your same home network. So KS lied he had a man in his bed, but he's claiming to be an alpha male. How? That doesn't even go together. How can you be repping the rainbow mob? Your own business if you do that, but how can you rep the rainbow mob and then turn around and say that you're an alpha male with a long list of women that want you? That doesn't go together. I don't care what anyone be saying about that otherwise. It doesn't go together. If you're gonna rep that life, you rep that life. A man pop on camera, yeah, you didn't see that said? It was a long time ago. He's like, oh, he laughed it off like, yeah, glitch, man in his bed. No, because that means that camera was on his home network. You can't glitch to someone else's home network and pop on their camera unless you're an elite hacker like that. No. And I know because like I said, I taken 3 or 4 different small courses. He definitely was colorful. I don't know what anyone says. The man was effeminate. So no, I have very little. I have respect for the fact that KS started the conversation online, like by and large, in terms of having the most numbers. Like there was a buildup starting in the early 2000s. I'm gonna say like 2008, 2009, where there was already YouTubers of way lower numbers talking about the same exact stuff, but they never got their flowers. But KS pops on and he pops on, oh, I'm an image consultant. I have a long list of clients. Oh yeah, you have a long list of clients. How is it you have a long list of clients for your image consulting business, but you spend 4 or 5 hours on YouTube? That doesn't go together either. So I get irritated when people lie. When people lie like that, it makes me feel a certain type of way. So to answer your question, no, I'm not a fan of his. I can take what I learned and put the rest on the shelf. I have no respect for anyone who mimics KS. Um, when you emulate someone else, you're not you might get your success, but you won't be happy. That's biblical too. If you try to emulate someone else, their mannerisms, their dress, whatnot, you won't be happy. Exodus, truth is truth, regardless of sexuality. James Baldwin was LGBT. He was a great civil rights man and author. I didn't even know that. But what I was saying was, but what I'm saying is that you can't. If I say I can teach men how to be men. I'm not saying Cass was saying that exactly, but I'm saying that if I had a course saying I'm going to teach you guys how to be men, and then you see me walking around in dresses with painted nails, are you going to believe anything I said? No, of course you won't. Like, of course you're not going to, and that's why I kind of go off a little bit internally. I try to keep I get passionate about these subjects. If he did, I don't know, but if you saw me with blue nails walk around and I was calling everyone girlfriend, are you gonna think I'm masculine? No, it doesn't go together.
I will
So
say,
that's why
I'm not
that's
sure. In between me cooking and the crazy comments in the chat, I don't know how we got here, but we're gonna slowly bring it back to the Christmas stories that you promised us. The lemonade looks so good. I know it's a watered down lemonade, but it's so icy cold. It's really delicious. Thank you.
I wish I had some lemonade. Um,
You can have.
so
Oh, you can
anyway,
regular.
I hope that answers your question, Zed. No, I'm not really a fan, but I'm actually glad. I'm actually glad that you asked because I've been waiting to go off on that for a moment. I had that bottled up for like 4 years.
Holy, that's the thing. I had no idea you had those feelings, but no, it's pretty much a neat topic goes. But I do want to hear the Christmas blues story. So I see people in the chat. Let me give. I know H&M is in here still. So H&M,
Oh man.
and
So
then
I was laughing. I was laughing. And Blue was like, "Eggs was holding that in." I sure was. It's not often I get on these lives, so I spend most of my days by myself. So when there is a live and it's come time for me like to just if I can go off on something, I will. But as you can see, I went off and you didn't hear not one cuss word
the
because
Leo.
usually the truth is enough to make someone look bad. Why not make your own channel content? I thought about that. Like right now I'm making small little videos exposing these like free money making apps, like these games that are attached to it. Um, so I started making videos like last month on my own channel. You can just click on my name and you'll see it. Um, so yeah, I started uploading recently because if there's a lot of these things that I think the Federal Trade Commission should be looking into these things, and you should. I'm trying to make a little bit of money here and there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, going back to so yeah, I did promise everyone a story, did I not? I think I mentioned the story, but really the main story was about this female that I had met, and for a link to work, I can't click your name. I don't know what to tell you, Zay. I don't know if you're on the I don't know if you're on the YouTube app on your phone. Or comment in the chat. That's what I'm working on right now. Actually my laptop just booted up, so I should be back in just a moment. Um,
I just got
let's
out of
see. All right, I'm gonna mute myself. Let's see if this works. Brienne, I'm gonna swap to my laptop, so you might see another device in the waiting room.
Okay. Oops, I should have done that. My bad. Okay, and then you're on your laptop. So there's a link somewhere, and I'm gonna have to go to the. So I sent him an email. That's the only way he was able to get the link. So back to the email. See if I can find it. Because I don't know if I can do more than one person.
Ooh, it worked for me.
No, like, okay, so when you click it, it does that. Do it again. Okay, it's on there. I don't know. Do you see a way to join? So let's try that. Let me go on mute really. And so my husband is in the stream, and all he can see is just like get rid of the live chat, join the live chat. Those are all the options. That's it? Okay. So let me go back and see if I can click it now. Not history. Let me go to channel. Okay, it shows live, but yeah, I'm gonna really have to figure that one out. Let's go back to my email then. Because I went to my email to see where I sent him an email from. Can't even find it. Okay, so it says add. Let's try that. Okay.
Turns out that you can't join a live from the email on a laptop, so I'm just gonna use my phone for the microphone, but I am on the chat now. Can you hear me?
Yes. So is it
Okay.
only YouTube then that's doing that?
I'm guessing. I kept on clicking on the link, and here's what I get. I'm gonna read what the page says. It says Go Live Together is currently only available on mobile devices. To accept an invite to join a Go Live Together stream, open the YouTube app on your phone or tablet. So doesn't work on a desktop. I actually have to catch up with the chat because I was gone for so long. So all right, let's see. I'm trying to catch up with the chat because I was gone. Use AI for the visuals if you don't want to have yourself shown do voiceovers. I'm trying to find out how to do that. My laptop is very slow. You can't click on my name. I don't understand why you can't. I was thinking to make into it. Comment in the chat. Blue was asking, I don't have offline friends at all. Like I do have one that's left. Actually, I just saw him last Saturday, something like that. I just saw him a few days ago, but he just got a new job, so he's working quite a bit. But aside from that one guy, no hustler. I don't have anybody local. Like unless I go see my half brother in Jersey, I am by myself, virtually all the time. And that actually goes to remind me of something. Don't spend too much time by yourself because neurologically it's very harmful. Uh, Neurologically, we're meant to be around people. You will start being like me and talking to yourself. It's not fun. Having one friend is good. Yeah, sure is. Um, I got one friend left. Everybody else bounced. Uh, so
My
I
husband
guess
said,
people. So it's okay. Lots of friends is overrated. Um, I half agree. So I will get back to the chat. It is story time. Since we got 5 people in the building, gather around the campfires. Do you not want more friends or just don't want to make more? Making friends is hard in my area because you ask people to hang out, they say yes, and then they just disappear. um, I don't Hustler, what is this? I see I see like a big blurb. It looks like a link, but it doesn't there's no full link. But yeah, I do want to make more friends, but I'm very introverted. You wouldn't guess it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't talk to as many people as I used to, and I notice my memory isn't good now. Shake my head, and that me too, Blue. Me too. I'm about to turn 31, and I feel like I have the memory of a 70-year-old. Like it's horrible. So anyway, gather around the campfire. Time for a story. Um, gather around the campfire. All right. So this story is very recent. I'm gonna be somewhat vulnerable because I don't care as much deep down. I still care a lot. I'm not super hardcore the way I wish I was. So let's start with let's rewind the clock back to what I thought was the best day of my life, which was April 2nd, 2023. I was, I was being just doing what I do. I went to the gym and I was putting in that work. And I had come back to Pennsylvania and I had decided, you know what? I want some chicken. So I went to the, so I, if you can't tell by now, I'm a huge fan of giant grocery stores fried chicken in the area that I went to. It's down the street a bit from my house. There's a couple giants in my area. So I went to the one that's a bit farther away because the one closest to me is so greasy, it will have me, you know what? Because Brienne's eating, let's just say it gets very nasty. That's all I'm gonna say. So I went down to this giant in order to pick up um some chicken. And when I pulled into this parking lot, I saw this woman and she was very in my eyes, she was very shapely. I was like, and she smiled at me as I was whipping my car into the lot, and the reason why I was whipping my car was because I saw her and I had actually OD'd on maca powder. Now, for those of you who don't know, maca root what is actually um it's an herb that has been used by Peruvians to treat multiple things like erectile dysfunction, for example. And it can result in a lot of blood flow. And sometimes athletes use it for athletic endurance. I happen to use it now. When you OD on it, it can cause your heart to pulse like as a man, like very hard. Like you feel like you're in dog and heat, and you feel like you're about to lose control of yourself. So usually I take about like half a teaspoon in my pre workout, but I forgot that in my actual pre workout there was already maca powder in it, so I had actually taken 4 times the amount that the normal person should. So my pupils were dilated, and I was just going crazy. EMOG Gaming, what up? You're clearly 500 plus Tez, way too wide. Pre cracking up. So I was feeling it. I was feeling like a dog in heat. I was drumming my feet, and I was like, oh shoot, that woman's fine. So I whipped the car. I almost hit somebody. Someone's car, not the person. I almost hit their car, and I backed that car in to where my tires actually screeched on the street, which I don't normally do. I don't believe in peeling my tires out because I don't have $400 for new tires. So I back into the spot, and this woman started to walk into the store. Now I started going through my mind, saying, should I approach her? Because my approach anxiety was getting the best of me at that moment. I'm like, all right, should I do it? Should I not do it? And then I just said, and then the little head between my legs said, "F it, I'm going in." So I got out of the car and I started just storming into the store. I was walking fast to where power walkers would be jealous, and like I wanted this woman really bad. Okay, uh, so so I got into the part where people take out carts before going into the main store. Wait, what? Did the thing you consumed look like snot? No, Blue. We're not talking about vasectomies, damn it.
We can't talk about snot on this channel.
Yo, we were talking about vasectomies that day, Blue. What you talking about?
All right.
I'm trying to tell a story up in here. What the hell? I remember that day. I told everyone I was schooling everyone on vasectomies, and then Blue was like, "So what you're saying is it blows? It looks like snot." Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. I'm good. All right. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay.
That
Okay.
has been a joke for a long time on this channel. Someone compared the
It was Blue.
how do I say this? The making juice to snot.
The baby that's out
So
there. I said it with a straight face. That was you, Blue. That was you. It was either you or Hustler. I forget, but we were like, I'm like, wait a minute. So anyway, and we were on the live. We might be able to find it because I don't think Breann deleted anything, but we might be able to find it.
It might be
So
hidden. I'm gonna have to find that exact. I can at least find the clip and make it a short. We laughed for like 5 minutes because we were talking about what were we talking about? Just
I was talking about vasectomies because some guys don't want to have children. I was schooling everyone who's older than me.
Still came up, and we're like, well, yeah, the baby making juice still creates itself, but then there's not the baby making.
There's not. All right.
Really quick. So yeah, they didn't know that pretty much they were talking about, birth control versus, vasectomies. And we're like, yeah.
Right. Because I was saying, look, if guys don't want to wear a condom, that's fine. Save up about 1,500 because of inflation. It's usually up to 1,000. You get the snip. You get tested in 90 days, and then as long as the woman has no STDs or nothing, you can go in raw as many times as you want through the rest of your life. It's a permanent form of birth control, and it only takes a urologist 20 minutes for the average vasectomy, and you have a 1 in 1,000 chance of getting a woman pregnant after the vasectomy. So anyway,
Now that
so
we
anyway,
caught up, it's just the question then remained after you get that done. Does
does the stuff come out? Yeah, I'm like, and people are like, "Oh man, I heard it doesn't work no more." That's complete and utter bullcrap. Stress-free SEX is the best kind. That's complete and utter nonsense. It's meant by people who want people to keep having children, even if they're not ready for it. Can we still sell balls for 15K? What? What? Emog? What?
EMOG.
All right.
EMOG has been around for a while.
Okay. Anyway, no, that just made me crack up laughing.
Who's buying though?
Huh?
The person who could buy is probably in prison now. Anyways, let's move forward.
So anyway, moving on. Yes, everything still works. No, you get put under anesthesia, Zed. It numbs it. It numbs you until about an hour or so after the procedure. You'll be uncomfortable for up to 3 weeks, and then you're good. Anyway, moving on. And I'm still trying. I did the research. I just don't have the 1,500 to go get one. So anyway, moving on. Going back to the story on some stuff. Okay, so where was I? So yeah, Tez is right. There can be complications, but they aren't highly likely. Yes. So going back to the story. So I whipped this car in the lot. I saw this woman. She had thickness. She had a body, and everything was enhanced because when you're high on maca powder, the way I was, everyone's attraction rate goes up about 3 points. So every 5 looks like an 8, and every 8 looks like you're just ready to have kids at that moment. So I rushed into the store. I just bolted. I bolted really, really hard. I met up this woman where we get the eyes off the chat during your story. All right. I'm actually gonna turn my back to my laptop. All right. That's what I'm gonna do. Uh so anyway, I catch up to this woman and I was shooting my shot, you know what I'm saying? I was shooting my shot. I'm like, and I'm very simple when it comes to high on what? I told you, Hustler, I was taking a lot of maca powder. It's not a controlled substance.
X.
If you take
Out of the chat for a second. Tyler's back.
sup, you big gorgeous guy. I love your authority. The hell?
This is Tyler. Put on
Hustler, you wildin'.
like a type
Okay.
of caffeine.
Okay, I've seen enough. You're banned.
Wait. Wait. That wasn't necessarily a bad comment. So even in the YouTube rules, it wasn't a bad thing yet.
Show us your little package. That's appropriate.
Show us your little. Okay, no, that's appropriate.
You're done. You're out. Get the F out. You're done. Okay.
You see the difference between the first comment and the second comment? Show us your little package. You know that, you know.
Yeah, no, you. Okay, going back to the story. All right, so I catch up to this woman. I'm like, I don't spit, quote unquote, spit game because my brain always chimes in during the so-called game spitting, and my brain's always saying, "Look, you're on some crap. Just tell you're interested and just move on." All right. So I was expecting to get rejected by this woman, and so I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know I thought you were pretty, and she was like, oh, thanks, and I'm like, um. And I was like, so are you taken? Because I didn't see a ring on her finger. And so she was like, and she was like, she kind of smiled and she was like, no, are you taken? And I was like, and that was the first time that a woman ever responded to me like that. I had the hold on, let me see if I can pull up something on YouTube because I'm gonna show you. Well, I'm gonna let you hear what my reaction was if my laptop will stop freezing on me. Anyway, if I can get a sound up, I'll play the sound bite. But since my laptop is acting up right now, I heard the biggest record scratch in my head because that never happened before. I'm used to just flat out getting rejected, and therefore I was like, what you mean? I'm like, dude, I said, wait a minute, I don't understand the question. I'm like, no, would I be approaching you if I was taken? And then her response was, well, you would be surprised. I was like, okay. So I ended up getting her phone number. Before I got her phone number, I was like, so, would you like to hang out? And she took a mini step back and she looked me up and down. I was wearing my the usual jacket I have. I hadn't had a chance to get a new one. So I have this thermal with this lining for I have this jacket made by Dickies, not sponsored, and it has a thermal in it, but it has, it's old, it's worn. I have to get a replacement. And she looked at me up and down. She's like, you don't look like you have a good paying job. And I said to her, are you dating? I was like, well, if we're getting to know each other and you're dating me, then my money should be irrelevant. Is X autistic? Actually, technically, yes, I am autistic, Zed. I am high functioning. In the DSI, the thing for the manual for the mental illnesses under DSV-4, I'm classified as high functioning. I'm book smart, people stupid. So I'll just say it up front. Like I don't read the room very well. So hold on. I gotta play this because my laptop decided to work again. I gotta play this. So she responds to me in a way where, things are gonna go quite well. And I just heard this in my head. I don't know if you heard that. I'll play it again. That was a record scratch sound that I was trying to play. So it looks like my laptop speakers aren't that good. Anyway, going back to the story. So there was you didn't hear nothing, Tez? Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Max out the sound.
There we go.
That's what I heard in my head. So I was like, wait, what? So yes, I've been told I'm smart, but I'm very awkward. It's painful. And the longer I'm standing in front of this woman, I feel like the ice is going to my knees. Like because my knees started trembling. I'm like, crap. So I'm trembling in front of I'm trembling in the middle of this grocery store and right past the sliding doors. And I was like, hey, I was like, hey, are you dating me or are you dating my money? And she did what I thought was the cutest thing at the time. She actually put her finger to her lower lip and looked up, when people are thinking. And then she was like, and all she said was touche. And then she agreed that we would meet up for like a little date or whatever you want to call it, a little meetup. You know what I'm saying? So I got her phone number and I went home. And because I don't normally have success like this, I did just about what any red-blooded male who's socially awkward would have done in that situation. I went into my car. I kept it cool walking away. I got into my car and I felt like Maximilian Goofy from a Goofy movie. And I was like, yes, she said yes. Woo! Like I felt like a rush. Everybody mambo. And drumming on my steering wheel as I drove home. I was on some stuff. So I was expecting her to stand me up. I was expecting her to have, to regret it because that's what I'm used to. So, but to her credit, she was a bit late, but she did show up. So we met up at this wharf that's on the lining of the Delaware River, and a red-blooded male, isn't it blue? Shush. All right, Emog, shush. So I get to this wharf. She did show up, and we spent like a good half hour there, and we got to talking and stuff, and we had a conversation about about life and stuff, what we were looking for and all that. And she sprung something on me that I'm not going to say for out of respect for her privacy, but she told me about this issue that she has where she hasn't been in a relationship. Was she a chocolate woman? You could say in terms of complexion, she was maybe a shade darker than Breann, maybe just not by much. So yeah, so she's a black woman. Don't let anyone play you X. I worry about that for my son. Yeah, but to her credit, she agreed to a date that did not involve spending money. So other than gas and time, I'm not going to mention it, Zed. I'm not going to mention nothing. So anyway, she mentioned something where she got out of a bad relationship, and that's why she wasn't dating. And I was like, all right, cool. But then, can we still hang out and stuff? And so we ended up going back to our place. Her in her car, my in my car, and we end up hanging out a bit. And she seemed like she was very anxious when we got into her apartment. And she locked the door behind us. And I walked into her place, and this is only day one, by the way. So I walked into her place, and I'm not used to being invited over right away. So I had actually, I was actually, I noticed that she was nervous. I'm like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I just moved into town," and I could tell that she was telling the truth because her boxes with stuff written on it, so Hulk ex Hulk smashed her. Shut up, Blue. Um, so all right. Anyway, eyes off the chat. All right. So we ended up that sounded like a setup. Like it was a good setup because we ended up um we ended up making out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go into deep detail because who knows who could click on this video. And she said the usual things that women normally say. Now that I look back, she was like, yeah, the first thing she did was lock the door. Yes, you heard that correctly. Um, so like she locked the door behind her. Um, and so we ended up making out, and one stage beyond making out, I think we call that second base. So she's like, I don't normally do this. Usually I make guys wait and stuff like that. You know how it be. So anyway, I went home, and she's like, she enjoyed seeing me, and I continued to see her every day, but nothing was going down. It was just like, hey, how you doing and stuff. Um, Now this turned into more regular meetups where we were hanging out virtually all the time. Now, fast forward to I would say 5 months of us fooling around at second base, and we had actually gotten a bit more intense, but not going all the way. And then fast forward to now, this was April. So fast forward to what did you have intercourse? Damn, Zed, I'm getting to it. Oh, my bad. Um, so, oh, my bad. I didn't know that Zed was handling that, or Tez. I didn't know that you were handling that, Tez. My bad. Um, my bizzle. I didn't know you were doing that, Tez. My bad. So anyway, we got to what I call the day I gave this woman my virginity. That's right, internet who's listening. Before the date of Sunday, September 10th, 2023, was a virgin before then. And I see Tesla at the screen. Ellis fell over. So yes, it was protected. She had condoms already. Let's skip right past that. We're gonna breeze past that. So yes, we ended up doing the do. You know what I'm saying? And I was nervous as hell. I felt like I was about to have a heart attack. And you know, the whole thing was done, and I was feeling a little different. You know, it's like you should have waited for your wife if you waited that long. I wanted to wife this woman up because like now let's rewind the clock back to when I first met her. She was treating me really well. So I was like, you know what? I don't believe in um I don't believe in smash and dash. I don't believe in pump and dump. I don't do that. So if I'm gonna do with a woman, it's because I first saw in my head a vision of a future with this woman. So I took this woman 100% seriously, and I told her that. I said, "Look," and like because I talked about marriage with her, I think by month 4, but just not in terms of let's schedule the wedding. I just said, "Look, how do you feel about marriage and stuff?" And she was over the moon with the idea. Um, you know, I gotta stop looking at this chat. It's killing me. If you're talking, Brian, I cannot hear you for the record. Um, so all I'm gonna really say
Blue.
is,
Goodness.
am I a gamer? I used to be a gamer, Zed, but let's go back to so yeah, we had done the do and I felt different. Like I actually when I say I felt my soul leave my body, I don't mean that in a sexual way. I actually mean that in a way of saying like I felt like I had been changed. And
Am
I
I on?
was actually
Probably not. You are. I am.
you're not muted no more, Brian. No, you're not. You've been muted for like a good 10 minutes.
That's Google Meet. So that's a way to like not have to move away again. If someone can click the Google Meet,
it ain't showing up on nobody's phone like that. Like
oh, it's not?
No, I don't see it like
I
that.
see it on my tablet. I see it on my phone. Yeah, are you guys able to click the link that I just starred really quick so I can see if that works? Yes, I'm the only one here in my Google Meet. So if someone's able to click that, that would be helpful to see.
I'll test it with you.
Okay. Won't let me click. I don't know. Hey, late. Yeah, X is in there. I'm only gonna do it because you're technically here. I don't want to see someone else can click it. So you can't copy and paste it all either. I may have to.
I said I can't join this call. Someone in the call denied your. Oh, did you deny the thing,
Yeah,
Brian? Okay.
you're already here, but at least I know that you were able to get in there. So if people are on the. Is it another iPhone? Is it? Yeah. So let's see what I may be missing.
Don't worry, Chad. I'm getting to the rest of the story. There's still stuff going down. There's still more to this story. Not much more, but don't worry. If people are asking where's she at now, you don't worry. You're gonna hear why I'm depressed on this Christmas day. You're gonna hear it.
Okay, tying it together. I knew we were getting there. So let me add this to my YouTube. Ooh, can I add it to the description? Would that help? Yeah, let's add it to the description because I'm trying to make this as easy as possible so you guys don't even really have to leave this video. Click edit. Perfect. All right, let's go up here. It'll be right under. This is hard to get under or above the Cash App. Click here.
I'm waiting for Brianne to finish up what she needs to do, Zed. I'll get back to the story. I just need to make sure that Brianne's situated. I'm taking a pause. The story's not over. This is only our first year together. All right. So like this is only our first year. We were technically together for 1 day short of 17 and a half months. So I will get back to that. We will discuss more of like, you know, my hyper simpery and stuff. Dang, I said the word crap. But yes, we will definitely discuss that. But right now I need to make sure Brianne's situated before I continue.
All right, I'm unpinning this because if you look in the description of this exact video, it's going to show right underneath the link to this Google. Wait, hold up. It's not even on the thing right now. So it should be able to add your voices in because most of you guys don't show on camera anyways. So try it again. Yeah, there we go. Nice. So it's in the description, you guys. I'm going to have to keep linking you guys to that. Hello.
There's some.
Yes,
I got to refresh.
Now you
I literally had to manually type it in, but it wasn't that long. I just wanted to see if it was going to work.
It did. You're trying that. So again, we tried 8 ways to Sunday to try to get YouTube to yep, and here's H&M.
It's not fake.
Hi, yes. Thank you for verifying. So at least we can get your voices in here when it comes to these stories because I don't know. I might have to email YouTube because you know I'm a monetized partner and see if it's possible to do this, or they can use me as a test guinea pig and we can do a live. Because I've seen YouTube do that where they'll have like a live where they're like in the background and they help you to do that. So in the background we have H&M and we have, well actually that's not your name on YouTube. Is your name on YouTube?
You say Blue Exodus or you say Rob or Bobby, whatever. I'm not here. It's fine.
Yeah. So in the chat, we got Blue Exodus, and then we got H&M. Hi H&M. Welcome to the Christmas holiday chat. What's going on?
How are you doing?
Awesome.
Salute to you. Shout out to you, Breann, my #1 fan. Always cooking like a frying pan.
It's funny because I was cooking earlier. Did you see them 2 omelets I made?
Ouch, that hurt my knees.
I saw that.
So I told when I was on mute, I was like, maybe I should tell them if I get to 15 likes, I'll sing a Christmas holiday song for them. And he's like, what? I'm like, I don't know. It's Christmas. I got to do something festive.
So
I don't got no festive things to do. So I was like, I'll sing a Christmas song of your choice.
I'm about to watch a Christmas special.
Which one?
Hey, what does it say my name is on here? Real quick.
Robert Wright.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
So, all right, so get.
Right.
Oh, my bad. I saw people in the comments. You know, so where's she at now? Don't worry, this story's not over yet. There's a bit more, not much more. So for a bit, I was dead set on being with this female. I was like, you know, if you the way you've been treating me is the best that I've ever been treated by any woman, let alone a black woman. The last black girl I was with was, I think, maybe 6.5 years prior. And she left me for absolutely no reason either. She one day ghosted me and she blocked me for no reason. So this was my first thing in 6.5 years. And I told her, I said, look, if you're going to treat me like this for the rest of our lives, I said to her, it doesn't take a meteorologist to recognize sunshine. Now, before anyone starts to say stuff about money, keep in mind, this woman was making way more money than me. I'm going to say probably almost triple what I was making. So actually, no, not triple. Triple when I had gotten the job I had at the time. But I would say she was making almost 100K a year, and I hadn't even bumped my nose at 40K a year. I was probably making like 38 or something like that. So, you know, after that whole thing at the grocery store about, hey, you're dating me, not my money, she never brought up money ever again. For the whole time I knew her. So I was dead set on it. I'm like, look, if you are, sounds sexy, the heck. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting distracted at this piece. Anyway, so I decided. So I said, look, it doesn't take a meteorologist to recognize sunshine. If you are going to treat me like this for the rest of our lives, then I don't see why I should have to date you for 5 years to figure that out. You know, like I don't believe in wasting time. So we had stuck around. We were being together a lot. We were hanging out virtually every weekend, and we were, you know, we weren't always being intimate. So this was probably by month. Oh man, I forget what month number it was. But anyway, so after the whole giving her my virginity thing on some record scratching stuff, I wasn't even obsessed with the action, so to speak, but I was obsessed with how you know, the whole feeling and emotional stuff, because it was my first time. So I was forlorn, and I was just feeling odd. Like my emotions were all over the place like a female. I'm not even fronting. So anyway, she had mentioned that that she was starting to get a little funny towards a little bit afterwards, and she had thought that I had called her a bad lay, and that had affected her self-esteem for several months. So I was pulling hyper simpery in order to try to win her back over. Now, what was I doing? Take what I did with Caked Up Cuban and let's turn it up a couple notches. I was, you know, so she bought the food, and I cooked for her. I cleaned for her. Not all over the house. I only did a couple things. I made sure the trash was taken out. I made sure that the dishes were done and so on. And I made sure that, if she already had clean laundry in the washer. So are we no longer doing YouTube live chat? Breann, are we still on YouTube live chat or are we switching to Google Meet?
The only reason we were switching to Google Meet is because, for instance, the link I sent you through the email, I don't even see where to find that again now that I'm live. I would have to
Oh,
live.
did you want me to post that in the chat? I
If
still have it in my email right now.
should be able to post it because I don't know how to add someone else now that I'm live. It shows you once before you go live. That's how I was able to add you.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I had completely forgotten why I wasn't even on my
Oh,
laptop. Here you go, chat. Here you go.
so yeah, if you can get that from your email, because it's YouTube create / join. There it is. Oh my gosh. So H&M and Blue on here might, if they're able to click over, we might be able to keep them there. And we are almost to the 15 likes. If you guys get to 15 likes, I'll sing a Christmas song. It's not going to be very pretty, but I thought to embarrass myself a little bit, So yeah, I'll sing
So, yeah. So we had stayed close. Sometimes she was canceling being with her other friends because of me. And I didn't know this until she told me later. She was like, there's people that are asking me to go out to eat and stuff with them, but because you're here and because I don't want you to be by yourself, I just, I don't, she pretty much felt bad for me being alone all the time. She felt bad that um, it looks like Breann froze. Um, it had, can everybody still hear me all right? Hello? Hello? You can still hear me, Angela? Alrighty. Looks like Brand's camera froze. Where is your mom? The heck? What are you talking about? Where's my mom and dad? They're here, but I can't really relate to them like that. We'll get back to that. So, um, did I just get left by myself? Oh, looks like Brand dropped out. Um, So technical difficulties, no problem. I'll keep everybody entertained with my bullish story that definitely happened. Because I wouldn't be this heartbroken if it was fake. All right, so Angela, if you're still just joining in on the live, I'm telling everybody a story about my first long-term girlfriend that broke up with me, and that's why I'm depressed on Christmas. So the short version, Angela, is I covered the first 6 months of me knowing this woman where we started off way too friendly. We got it in with protection, of course. To answer your guys' questions, before I move on with the story, I will answer Zed and I think Blue that was up above. To the best of my knowledge, no, she is not pregnant. Oh, there she is.
wow.
Um, to answer everybody's question, no, she did not get pregnant after that situation. Um, we weren't getting it in every time I hung out. Like we actually hung out. Like I wasn't using hanging out as a front to get it in.
Yes.
So I had so I got it in with this woman, and we were probably getting it in probably once every 3 months. I'll just say that.
We gotta get
Um,
sad. If we get to 15 likes, I'll sing a Christmas song.
I see 10. I think we're at 10 likes right now.
Oh, well, we are at 5
Just
more.
a second. Ugh. Yep. All right. So anyway, back to my story. So yeah, I got very. She was probably cheating. It's good. This story gets a bit weirder as time goes on. Now, mind you, chat. I had actually made several blunders. This was my very first long-term relationship, and I had blundered several times. And so I'm gonna go down the list of my blunders. If I had a man once every 3 months, is it is not enough. If I have a man, once every 3 months is not enough. I'm like, yeah, I was telling her that too. I was feeling, I was like, I was fiending for her once every 2 weeks, and that was that, and I had maca in my system, so that was pretty much every other time I saw her. So
And you guys, if anyone wants to chime in and say hello and Merry Christmas. I keep forgetting it's Christmas because, we do this on regular days too. So yeah, Merry
yep,
Christmas.
if everybody wants to drop in, yeah, no problem. Yeah, Brett, drop in. Um, I was fiending for this woman all the time, so I was on some stuff anyway.
Amazing.
Um,
Oh, Zed,
so yeah,
was a lady or a guy. Either way, we do want to hear your Christmas blues story while you're either sad on Christmas or a sad Christmas story. That's what I was supposed to say when we started
so
the new live, but I didn't get a chance. So yes, while you're sad on Christmas is where we're talking about now, and then we want to know some Christmas blunder stories, even a Christmas story about a kid or about being an adult now. So please chime in. Oh, you need any?
oh, that's the one. Oh, you're a woman. Wow, I feel really
Yeah,
bad for misjudging you. My bad. I'm so sorry, Zed.
oh, sorry.
Um, I didn't even know that. I feel horrible now. Um, I think I said hi man or something before. Like I feel bad. Anyway, let me get back to the story. So
Blue Christmas.
things had gotten intense. We were, constantly, doing what we do, even if it wasn't all, going all the way. We still were. We were, being anyone could tell that we were boyfriend and girlfriend, but we never actually said that. Now, one day I sat her down and I was like, um, like, do you see yourself being married? And what is the situation with that? She was over the moon anytime I brought up marriage until one day I sleep over her place. I don't know, I don't have the date for this, but I slept over her place and and I was showing her the story of retired basketball player Steven Jackson. Now you're probably wondering who the heck is that? Um, I don't know. I don't know much about sports, but let's just say I showed her a story
My
for the
family member just looked over and had a face. Yeah, I don't know anything about sports, honey. So
so
that.
Steven Jackson had a story to tell people about how he had um he had gotten it was from when he was younger. He got a contract for like 28 million,
Mm-hmm.
and he was dating this woman. He was in love with this woman,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Hey, I will not go through with this wedding without a prenup. It's not happening."
Oh, I know this story. And he was telling us that
So
he pretty much A to
yeah,
B.
left her at the halter. I showed. I, Now instead of saying this woman, I'm just going to give her a code name. Let's call her Denise, not her real name.
Okay.
So I showed Denise this story, and we got maybe about halfway through the video, and she was like, can you pause it for a moment? And I said, okay. I'm like, okay, yeah, because I was streaming from my phone. And she had like you can stream your screen, you can share your screen through the Amazon stick, the Fire Stick. So I paused my phone, it paused the video, and she was like, why are we watching this? And I was like, I wanted pretty much your reaction. He was smart for not going through with it. Yeah, I agree. And I told her, I said, look, I said, I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. I like you. I'm feeling you. I want to be with you. The thing is that I do not, in my heart of hearts, think that I will ever sign a government contract called marriage. Not the government thing, because you guys know how I feel about that if you've been here for a while. But I mentioned this to Breann many times too, and I was like, look, I'm going one of these days, sometime
Wait,
soon. My crypto's
double. Click the.
huh? What'd you say,
I
Brian?
double.
Your mic keeps cutting out. It's not like a robot. Just reset your mic. You mute yourself and then unmute it. It should be fine. But it was skipping out. Um, so I had told this woman that I did not feel. I told
Wait,
Denise.
wait.
Mhm.
I hear double though.
We good?
Okay. Have two things open. Yep.
Okay, you good? Are we good? Because I can see you, I can't hear you.
Hey,
I can't.
I think things open. I'm gonna stop you guys. How- Because I was on mute. So I had one screen on mute, I had one open, so that's why I could hear double. We fixed that issue too. We're literally building this thing as we fly it. Crazy. Can you guys hear me okay now? We're gonna wait an entire 10 seconds before I add anybody because I don't want that to happen again. 1 second, X. I just need some confirmation really, really fast. Yeah, but I do see you, X. Can someone give me confirmation that you can hear me once? Because when I was on mute, I didn't realize that there were two videos going on. The one from us like 10 minutes ago and now. Confirmation. I'm just waiting for confirmation. Wait 1 second, X. Okay, we got confirmation. Here, yes. Now, X, add yourself back on, and I think we'll be ready to go. Finally. Thank you for your patience. No one can else add themselves?
Trying to get on there, but he can't.
Is it what type of, ask Emog what type of phone he has, and then I might.
He's got an Android.
Can you send it to his email then? Copy and.
I can't copy.
You can't, why not?
Because it won't let me, baby.
Okay, now we're adding X back. We fixed the technical issues. Now, I'm gonna go
Hey,
to
we good?
Yes. So the problem was I thought it was you. I didn't realize when I added myself back, it was playing the video from the point where I added myself back. Luckily, you were already on the stream. It didn't delete it. It kept going. So
Okay.
I tell you guys, we're figuring this out on the fly. We are, but yes.
Alrighty, cool. We
Now we're
back
sending
in here.
links so they
No-
can join.
Okay, no harm, no foul.
You
All
ready?
right, so go on. We already know what it is. We know how technology be sometimes. All right, so going back to the story. After the whole thing had happened, we had spent a lot of time together. I found out she was skipping time with her friends because I showed her the story of Steven Jackson and she got really offended when I brought up the idea of a prenup. Now, why did I talk about a prenup? You're going to be like, X, she was making more money than you. Why would you do that? I said, well, let me tell you why. Because I'm I'm an investor. I've invested in things that are virtually guaranteed to make money over the next 5, 7, 10 years. And I had said to her something that I can say now hurt her feelings. And this was probably, I forget if this was before or after we, did the deed, you know what I'm saying? I forget. So I think this was probably a month or two after. And I was telling her, I said, look, I I am terrified of getting a divorce. I don't want to be destroyed in divorce court. And she'll saying things like she said the same things that women would normally say in a situation like this. You're going into this with one foot out the door. You're planning for a divorce. You don't really trust me. These things made an appearance. So I had said to her, I said, look, I know that you feel me right now. But the thing is that I don't trust that your feelings will always stay the same. It's not about not trusting you as a person. It's the fact that, in short, poop happens. Stuff hits the fan sometimes. And the thing is that if I go through with this and include the government, the thing is that how do I know that your feelings will always be the same? Like, what if you get past this honeymoon phase and you decide you don't want to be with me no more? And so saying things like I wouldn't, and then her next response that I remember was something along the lines of, I would not do this to you, as in like, because she makes more money than me at this point in the story. So she's like, like what's mine is yours, and I'm like, I said, Denise, I don't have like when I make it, I have no problems taking you out on trips. I have no problem getting you the things you need and the things you want. I just don't want the government forcing me into anything. That's all. Hey, we can have everything else. We can have the ceremony. We can have the deep meanings. We can have the vows. We can have it all. I just don't want the government involved. That's all. Breann, you all right? Your screen just went black. Hello? Can you guys still hear me in the chat?
Okay, did it work?
Okay, now I hear you. Zed, to answer your no, I hear you guys. I hear both of you. I can see you guys now. You good? So to answer your question about why not get a prenuptial, I said to her, I said, look, I won't get. That's what this conversation was about, and she was not livid as in violent, but she was very upset that I mentioned getting a prenup, and I was like, look, look, I don't have a problem. Like I said, what is the difference between a one where the government is included versus a relationship where the government's not included? And she was just getting more upset. She couldn't give me a straight answer, and I was like, and then I mentioned divorce statistics because as my autistic self, I blundered again that night, and she micro snapped on me. She was like, "I don't want to hear anything about divorce statistics." She's like, "I don't want to hear it." And so then she turned. She didn't kick me out. She just turned her back to me, rolled over, and she's like, "I'm going to bed." And then I went to sleep. We both went to sleep, and then I went home the next day.
Question is,
Now,
was it the continuation of the conversation that, I mean, you shouldn't really snap at anybody, but
so no. In terms of the term about the prenup situation, this was all on the same night. So when I was playing the story about Steven Jackson, she asked me why was I playing this video, like what was my motive for playing the video, and then at first it was about conversation, and as just a conversation piece, and she wasn't really believing that. And I was like, well, what do you think about prenups? She's like, I don't believe in prenups. I'm like, and that's how it led to the whole conversation about how I don't trust her and things like that. And everything else that I can remember from that situation where it hurt her feelings. Now, to her credit, she never brought this up ever again. So after that so this is about 7-8 months in. So we're about halfway through our relationship or whatever you want to call it. And I had mentioned that, look, once I cash out my investments and I've made it, I don't plan on parting with half of it because you decide that you're not happy one day. Because when it comes down to protecting what's mine, I was like, look, I hate hurting your feelings like this. It's just that I don't want the government scooping in my pocket. She's like, you act like I'm going to do that to you, and she too upset over that. I don't trust her already. I appreciate you having my back on this, Angela. I expected you to snap. That's the thing. I always like when people surprise me like that. Anyway, so that didn't come up again.
yeah.
So she got upset over the talk about a prenup. I said, look, if you don't have an intention on doing me dirty, then what's I said, I brought this up to someone else like after the breakup. And I was like, I said, if you like ribs, like let's say you really like your ribs. Okay, you know what? Let me bring up something that's way more relatable. Fries. Everyone likes their fries, right?
Yeah.
If I said you like fries and you say, yeah, I sure do, and I give you a piece of paper that says I, Breann LaFaye, like fries, you would sign that with no hesitation because that's how you feel. That's genuine. So if you don't have an intention on screwing over your husband financially, why not sign something that says you don't have that intention? Like so put everything where your mouth is. I'm like, so it's so she was upset over that. I didn't get a chance to tell her at that point, but anyway, so things went on, and she started eventually going out with her friends a bit more often. Popeyes, Cajun fries, yeah. Um, so we were going out some places, but then one day she popped on me that she wanted to stay home more often. She wanted to save money, not spend money. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. And she started putting me around her friends. Now we get to August, and she had actually introduced me to one of her friends. And I'm a person that is transparent to a fault. So when, it's like when, her friend went home, let's call this woman Trisha. Her name's not Trisha. Let's just call her Trisha. So Trisha goes home after this one day that we meet, and Denise knows that I had some kind of attraction to her. And I'm like, look, I'm just keeping it 1,000. Like, I find her attractive, but not more than you. And so my second blunder, chat, was that I told Denise I found her best friend from college attractive. And that was one of my biggest blunders. I'm like, I look back on myself, I'm like, why the heck did I do that? And the answer was because I was trying to be honest. Um, I was trying my best to be honest because like she was going to find out at some point. Now, did Trisha have a body? Yeah. I lean more. Well, yeah, Zed, I know. I don't even know how the conversation came up that day. But so then some months went by. I'm like, I do want to talk to her because she is also an investor into real estate, and I've been wanting to do that in real life too. A genuine desire to get into real estate, and I thought that this would be a good way of networking and all that. And naturally, she wasn't buying that either. I'm like, I'm like, look, Trisha's a married woman. I don't interfere with married women. If you're married, I'm not talking to you one on one. Like, unless your husband is aware or part of the conversation, I'm not getting involved with a married woman. It's just not going down like that. Um, so after that whole thing where I admitted to me, so essentially Denise found out I wanted to clap Trisha's cheeks, and I saw the look on Brian's face. Yeah, so essentially she was not happy about that, and she kind of found it appalling that I was bringing up Trisha so much, and eventually I stopped bringing her up. I was not in love with Trisha whatsoever. I thought she was pretty much a loudmouth that cussed way too much. I just thought she had bigger cake. That's all. That's all it was. You know what I'm saying? I was just being a guy. You know what I'm saying? So several months later, her next door neighbor, let's call her Stacy. Stacy. We all went out one day to this event. I'm not gonna say which one it was, but it was something that was nearby to us. And and I found out that Stacy and I had a bit more in common than me and Denise ever did. Denise tried her best to get into things that I was in, but meanwhile, everything the conversations I had with Stacy, they were almost like we were the same person. So I was thinking about, hey, why don't we hang out with Stacy? Because Stacy, and I have no feelings for Stacy whatsoever. I felt nothing, but she also was not feeling. She wasn't feeling too good about that either. You know what I'm saying? So I told her essentially that I'm like, look, I would like to hang out with Stacy in a group. I never asked for one-on-one time with her.
Mm-hmm.
And but Denise did not like that either. I almost slipped and said her real name. um,
We got
but Denise didn't.
why you're blue today. What after all those conversations, what happened at the end?
Okay, I'll skip. Who was that name? I'll skip towards the end. What happened? Well,
in here.
September 16th, just a few months ago,
Mhm.
I went over to her place and she was acting weird and she decided to cut me off. She did not say why. She was mentioning, she said she had more than one reason, and when I asked her about why she asked her to name one of those reasons, do you know what she said to me? Oh man. So she had said that I was giving her massages too often. So I had this long list of reasons why she's cutting me off from her life forever. She was like, "Oh yeah, you were giving me too many massages," and I was like, "Huh?" I'm like, but then the next thing out of her mouth was, "But I liked it though." You heard that correctly. She said to me that I pretty much, but so out of the many things that she was talking about, that was the one thing she said, and I'm blue because she was like that. I'm blue today because I can't stop thinking about her. So the real reason. Nah, man, you got to keep all that to yourself. I know, I blundered, bro. I blundered.
No,
I laugh.
Montez about being on camera because I was like panning to be like, which direction doesn't have him? Because he's over there. I was like, which direction doesn't have him? So we're trying to keep them all to ourselves.
So it was, it was rough to be broken like that, and to this day,
Mhm.
it's been 3.5 months since the break, and I still have no idea exactly what was happening. Now I got to respond to something in the chat, and someone was saying that she was already cheating. Um, I'm starting to have no doubt about that because even she said this is 4 days before the breakup. She was she was saying to me something along the lines of I was that she's like I had a couple guys approaching me, but I didn't say yes to them because I wasn't ready to have that conversation with you. So that was the one hint I got 4 days before the breakup where she was already being tempted, and I didn't get mad. Instead, I kept my cool and I said, okay. So the question I have for you is, what is it about me? If you claim that you have forgiven me for everything and whatever, if we have a clean slate right now and everything's fine, what is it about me that you find appalling to where you feel tempted to begin with? And she couldn't answer the question. So, and every person I've told this story to so far says that she's going to be back someday. I don't know about that. Feel what you feel. Keep your good memories. Let the rest go. Let the hurt make you a better man. Yeah, I'm trying to. Is that evident enough? Is that evident enough that she was cheating? Um,
Leaving with no explanation or based off of silly reasons, it could
yeah, like
things. That's what we're saying. We don't know, but we can only make guesses based on what you told us from your perspective. Now, it's there's three sides to every story, but when you leave with someone and there's leave from someone with no explanation after being with them for that long, like if you're with somebody with for a short amount of time, let's say less than a month, most people be like, "Oh, okay, they went back to their ex." You know what I mean? We make assumptions based on the information we're given. Because then a month
yeah,
if you had a breakup previously, oh yeah, they're back with their ex, they just want to be out there having fun. You were just one of the people on the list. But after over what are we talking about? Over a year? Yeah, then that's how we know it was something a little bit maybe more serious going on in the background. Could have still been married,
I
know, um, had a kid hiding somewhere. Like the fact that you guys didn't live together but spent enough time with each other means that there could have been something going on with the times that you weren't together. But yeah, we're not saying the cheating matters point. We're talking about the fact that you still have to deal with those emotions even though the person isn't around. So that's what we're talking about, the blue
yeah.
Christmas.
The fallout of it is one. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. My trust in women has been shot. My not in terms of like I look at someone with like I don't look at a woman like thinking violent thoughts or nothing like that, but I just think, well, if I do get close to a woman, you're just gonna leave,
Mhm,
because I'm like, like they always end up leaving. There's always an excuse for leaving, so
mhm,
why bother? Like, even though I recognize my desire for a relationship, i'm still I'm still stuck in this I'm still stuck in this mode of, well, what am I supposed to do? And what am I supposed to do? Because I don't, one, all I have is my attraction to women. That's it. But in terms of the things that matter, like trust and all that other stuff, I'm just thinking I don't trust anyone now. It's like If I can go all out like that and still get broken like that, then why would I want to walk into that trap again?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so now I'm left in I call it a prison because I recognize that it's a deep sense of emotion. Someone else call it like, hey, it's a severe trauma to be just left with no explanation. And I asked her several times for closure about this situation, and someone said to me the reason why she can't give you closure. I think it was my brother, because I think I told you this, Breann, when we talked before the first time we talked about this. My brother had said to me, there was nothing that you did. Like, yeah, there's some things that you definitely should not have did, but she claimed that she forgave you. There's nothing that you did that would be deemed unforgivable, because you always kept it 1,000 when it came down to what you were thinking. And that's why I did the blunders of telling her who I was attracted to and stuff, because to me, it was just being honest. It wasn't saying I'm going to leave you and get with them. It's just saying, hey, because when she would look at me and I can't make eye contact, she was like, "What's up?" And so I would try to tell her it's nothing. And then I would turn around and she would be like, "Well, I don't really believe you. So just tell me." And that's why I was telling. And I think it was, who was it? I think it was Zed I was trying to respond to earlier, where I told her I was attracted to her friends, but not more than her. I was like, I feel something, and these are completely intrusive thoughts. I wasn't fantasizing full time about her friends. It was just, I would have intrusive thoughts. I would stop making eye contact with her, and then she would just feel the vibe in the room, and then she would just say, "What's wrong?" And so I only told her I was attracted to her friends in order to be honest with her, and because I thought we were at that level where we could speak about anything. But turns out it wasn't like that. No, I wouldn't hold on to the idea she is coming back. If she does, it's after a long trek down Creek. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm, for all intents and purposes, pretending to be happy on Christmas Day, because I'm still left with not being with no answer, no direct answers. There's only hints that she has another guy now. I have not. I actually have to drive by her apartment complex when I'm traveling, and because she lives in my city. Not so much city like Philadelphia, but suburbs. She lives down the street from me. So every time I drive by, I just think about her all the time, and I looked into the parking lot. I have not seen her car since the breakup. Her car is gone, which I find to be very peculiar. So, for all intents and purposes, she could have moved out of town. She could have swapped units, because she was thinking about moving away from my area, Pennsylvania. She was thinking about moving back to where she came from. Um, what's that in the background?
I don't. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Oh, this.
The Venetian blinds?
Oh, that's the
You told
microphone.
her
It's the
that. Yeah, all
microphone.
right, all right. So Angela says you told her you were attracted to her friends.
Yes, he
Angela, you
did.
missed the part of you missed the part of the story. So that's pretty much what happened in a way. But this was not before, like right before the breakup. This was probably, I'm gonna say, probably 6-7 months before the breakup. I told now Angela, what I told her was I was having an unwanted intrusive thoughts about her friends, because she wouldn't let it go. She's like, hey, tell me what's wrong. And I'm like, I had thoughts that I didn't really know how to deal with. So I thought we were at the level where we could be completely transparent. And it turned out that she kept it cool to my face, but maybe crouching tiger, hidden dragon offended. So,
Hey,
and if she was,
X.
Mhm.
I'm gonna drop you down for a second, because what I think we're learning, at least what my husband told me, is I think I can only have one person up at a time. If that's the case, when I drop you, the link will work. If it doesn't work, that's how we'll know
All right, I'll
it
drop
only
myself.
works directly. So give me
No
one
problem.
second. I'm gonna put you in the chat really quick. Okay, so Robert, on the Google Meet, are you able to click the link now? I'll only accept it if it's blue, because it'll say blue on YouTube. So can you try that, Blue? Click the link. Right. Okay, you're gonna try it. Yeah, click the link on my YouTube and see if it works. Okay. Yeah, we're trying to build this as we fly it, but yeah. So I kept wondering why no one else can do it. So yes, so X says you can hear me, but what I'm trying to do is now have someone else click the link now that it's just me up here. Because then we'll know we can do one person. So the link isn't working for you. Can you try H&M now? Because if not, then I'll have my husband try it. Okay, so it's not working for Blue. Didn't work. Okay, Ema couldn't try it either. So the one that's pinned to the chat isn't the one that's working?
That's the one.
Huh?
That's the one that's not working.
Let's see, that's the one I sent to him. Interesting.
What's happening?
Yeah, because I see X attempting to join, so give me 1 second, X. Let me try one more thing. Maybe the screen share. Okay. Blue, can you unmute yourself? No, from here. Oh, I have to do it? Oh, okay. Weird. I don't even know how I muted you guys. Settings. This is noise cancellation. There, it was in the setting. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't know how to do that. One second. I have 2 screens going on. I can figure this out. I'm capable. It says don't watch. What's that mean? Is it from YouTube? You know what? I must have host controls. Turn on their microphone. Yeah.
There we go.
So I had it on. Yes, I had it on presenter mode. I'm so sorry. So on presenter mode.
Technology.
Yes. Yeah, on presenter mode it yeah. Yeah, I had it on presenter mode, which means everyone else was muted, and I didn't mean to do that. So we fixed it. All right. Yes.
I heard everything X was saying more, but I step away.
Okay.
Nice background. Look at my having too much fun with them damn backgrounds.
Right. Yes. So I wanted to ask Blue really fast. So your voice is.
Snap! Look at this. You said what?
Oh, I was listening.
Hello?
Was that you, Blue?
Was that me? What?
Oh, someone was talking. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss it because the baby was singing in the background too. When it comes to Blue Christmas, so what you dislike about the holidays, or a story about the holidays? Say it, baby.
Wait, so it has to be a story that pertains to something that happened during the holidays, or just a story for?
Well, no, I mean, it could even be just a comment. So, I'm not a hater of the holidays, but I am certainly a person that's like, the holidays are difficult. Pretty much everyone I loved, I lost during the holidays or before the holidays. And then as an adult, the holidays aren't magical anymore. It's not like I'm getting ready to see a bunch of family and open up gifts and, see all the things I was asking for throughout the year. It's I'm going to wake up, clean, eat breakfast, make sure everyone's taken care of, and then just, be at home for the most part. Because on my channel, I've talked about it. Me and my husband, we just moved across the country and pretty much started an entire new life here. It got to the point where things were so mundane on the East Coast for us, and there was no upward growth. Like, I even looked at, my husband's pay stubs. He had been getting the same amount of money for almost 3 years, and the raises were like 60 cents. I remember thinking, like, is it really going to be like this forever? And I actually had a college degree, and I applied to so many places, and none of them were hiring. And every time I applied to a place, it was either shut down the next week or not available. So even though a lot of good things happen here, just around the holidays when people are like inside, there's not as many events. And, the lack of vitamin D, I noticed that, you just feel a little bit more sad. So Blue Christmas means a lot of things. I'm just trying to see what that means to other people. Oh, not Imog saying we dipped across the states. We sure did, Imog, you know. We really got gone, okay? Maybe restart the live.
Yeah, a lot of people tend to have depression around this time of the year and stuff like that. So yeah, I can definitely understand. Some of that's the curse of us being millennials, as far as the job market and all that stuff. Because I moved to a different state from my home state. I actually just quit my job to, well, not quit, but I transferred. It's the same company technically, but I transferred to a different location just because the taxes in the state that I've been living at for the last 5 years is horrible. And they've been raping me, if I can say that, raping me financially for these taxes. So that's been kind of horrible. But I mean, the actual holidays up, the end of the calendar year, that doesn't really bother me so much. I mean, this year's a little different just because my mom's passed in June. Awkwardly, it was exactly 1 month after my birthday, which is exactly 2 months after my brother's birthday. It's kind of crazy. So that's just an adjustment. But I mean, Christmas and the holidays, all that stuff to me has been different pretty much ever since like our grandparents' generation passed, which for me was mostly in the 2000s, and then my grandparents on my father's side, they passed in the last decade. So I think a lot of that holiday spirit kind of, or I guess the word is the long D word, but it went away or vanished with them and things like that. And when you're adult, I think, Christmas and holidays like that, even Thanksgiving to a certain degree, I think it is more fun when you're a child. It is fun as an adult to give back and things like that. Like I'll give, turkeys and different things like that to different, shelters and whatnot, around this year or whatever like that. But I guess for me, because I'm not married, I don't have any children. For me, over probably about the last year, just kind of made me think more about if I want to actually get married and create my own family, and we can create our own family holidays, and whatever part of the year and things like that. So it just kind of gets me more so thinking versus I guess being sad and things like that. To me, it's not worth being, I guess, having the blues over it, but it is understandable. I do get it. I mean, the only story I can think of that's similar to what X is talking about, it's got nothing to do with Christmas. Like, it happened in the summertime, but that was years ago. Kind of, similar story with the woman and, kind of falling head over heels and then things, kind of falling apart. But as far as bad Christmas stories, I mean, me and my dad, in about a couple hours, we're going over to a family friend's place for Christmas and things like that. So, I mean, we're still celebrating, but I've never been a big Christmas guy like that. To me, it's just more so an excuse for the family to get together because everybody has this time off and stuff like that. But yeah, America though, we're not as family oriented as Americans. I'm not talking about like recent immigrants, but people that have generationally been in America. We're not as like family and community oriented as we used to be compared to other countries. Like I've traveled to a couple countries in Africa, and I think 3 or 4 in Europe over the past few years, and I can tell, especially like in Africa and like non-Western countries, they're just more community driven. Some of that's probably due to finances to where they kind of have to be, but still they're not as quote unquote independent or more singular. I think that's also kind of some of the issue when it comes to these holiday time periods because something like that. But because these are very family structured holidays. So yeah, if you move to another side of the country or people pass away or you don't have children or whatever like that, it's kind of like, okay, who are you celebrating this stuff with? Not that you have to. Like once again, these are all very commercialized holidays and stuff like that now. But yeah, so I don't have any quick stories. I don't want to tell nothing too long. I know Hustler probably wants to jump in as well. But to I guess piggyback off of what X was talking about, I have been there in one of my relationships where I not that exact same situation, but where you date somebody for a couple of years or whatever the case may be. You're like, man, I can really see myself settling down with this woman. I can see her as my potential wife, potential mother of my children, and then something happens where you see this whole other person, and you're just like, yo, who? You're like who is that? You know what I mean? And then, things go the way they go. I understand how he's feeling as far as, I guess, being cautious or thinking, the next woman's going to do the same thing. I get it. But if you are going to date, all relationships are somewhat of a risk. So if you're going into it automatically thinking, okay, she's going to do me dirty, like so-and-so did, at that point, I don't mean this in a negative way, but you might as well stay single because everybody could possibly do you dirty, just like there's tons of people that could do you in a good way too. You know what I mean? So it really comes down to, do you want to go into that risk? And I get it, because as a man, we invest a lot. Women, you guys obviously invest a lot too. There's a lot of dangers, but from the woman's side as well as the man's side and things like that. But if she's that upset about you not wanting to sign some paper, I wouldn't say that she's for you. I think that there are women now that are starting to understand the whole thing of men not wanting to sign the whole, marriage law to the state, but that doesn't mean that we don't want to settle down with somebody. Some guys just don't want to sign that paper. Some men don't care. It just depends on the person. But I don't think that should be a deal breaker when it comes to marriage. Decades ago, we didn't even have marriage license like that, and people were, getting married at a higher rate than they are now. So, that just comes down to you and that other person, how you guys want to do it. But otherwise, man, date overseas, man, it's way better. It's way better. These younger women, they can't communicate like Gen Z. Not all of them, but a lot of them can't communicate. And then the women our age in their 30s that are still single, it's kind of hit or miss. I mean, and that can go, once again, that can go both ways. It's not a gender thing, but, I think at a certain age, it's kind of tougher for us to date because we're not supposed to be dating. After a certain age, we're supposed to already be paired off with somebody, but, correct. At the end of the day, it is a choice. But I've definitely been there. I've been disappointed, seeing the other side of certain women that you, fall in love with and really try to, open up in that way emotionally, which for men sometimes that can be hard. Especially just that first time where we really are like, no, I'm going to be emotionally vulnerable and try to, communicate my feelings, as women say that men don't do. But I think a lot of us are capable of doing that. We just don't show that side to every woman, just like a woman who's not a 3 or 4 isn't going to open up her body to any old man. It doesn't mean she's not capable of it, obviously. Anybody who has control of their legs, any woman that got control of their legs can open their legs, but they're not necessarily going to do that for all men. As men, we can open up and communicate, and talk about our feelings and all that kind of stuff. We're just not going to do it for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So when we do, and then, that's used as a weapon or, things don't work out, that could make guys want to kind of draw back and really, think, is this worth it? So I get it, but, there are decent ladies out here. It's just, you just got to find it, as they say. But yeah, I'll let Hustler go ahead and speak his piece.
Yeah, thank you, Blue. Yeah, don't get discouraged, X. That's not what we're trying to say. The warning signs, though, you did miss them. Again, age can be love can be found at any age, but the fact that she was 10 years older than you, she knew all of your vulnerabilities and then continued to, throw attitude when you made what I would say a rational discussion about, prenuptials. Those were the 3 red flags at the 7-month mark. I don't think it should have went anything past that. But I'm going to let H&M chime in. Why are you blue this Christmas, or why do you dislike the holidays in general? So let's start there.
Okay. It ain't so much I don't dislike the holidays.
10 years older.
I still... Excuse me?
Oh, yeah, I was just confirming with Angela. So, yeah, that lady was 10 years older than him.
10 years older than you? Damn.
No, that lady was 10 years older than X, the one that, broke his heart.
Oh, I like older women too. I was 26 dealing with 34, 35-year-olds. So I'm no stranger dealing with older women. Just saying.
Yeah.
But as far as the holidays go, I still love Christmas. I love it even to this day. But I know we don't celebrate like we did back when we were younger. And it begs the question: do we feel this stuff because, we're older, we're moving on, we don't have the same family connections like we did when we were 10, 20, 30 years younger? What do you think we're just changing with the times? You know, social media, advances in technology. What do y'all think? I want some polarizing opinions on it. What do y'all think?
I feel that whatever they were doing to create the holiday magic, it's not like they taught us. We saw it as kids with the background work that it takes to get family together, to get people at the house. Emog, I actually was able to add you, but I don't see you up here. Try that again, because it did work when you clicked the link. But you must have backed off somehow. So try it again, Emog, and see if it works, because I did see your name pop up on my screen for adding you to the live. But yes, I mean, it's like the recipes that a lot of our grandmothers and aunties didn't pass on before they passed on, you know. That training, that knowledge, that know-how, it didn't go to us. So like calling everybody, making sure everybody had everything they needed. If somebody was low on funds and couldn't get all the kids gifts, because I remember back in the day, each family would give each kid a gift, you know. So the communication, I really think social media, and I said that before, played a huge role in us being disconnected. So yeah, we missed a lot of training and know-how from the people who have already passed on, unfortunately, and that's why Christmas isn't as magical. I can't imagine trying to call, you know, cousins and stuff that I don't even talk to now on a regular basis and telling them, hey, this is what we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna eat, who has an allergy, who has a schedule. It doesn't happen anymore. You know, if you show up, you show up. If you don't, you don't. That magic is gone for those plethora of reasons, but like I said, communication. People are spreading out. People are starting their own families and not being in contact as much. So yeah. Hi, Iman, I see you. And then hi, this thing. I got busy. She was older.
For a lot of people, Christmas is just another day, but
yeah.
I don't want Christmas to feel like it's just another day. This is a time to be happy, a time to enjoy Christmas specials, whatever the hell you want to do around this time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this is the time of year I stock up on watching everything. Like I made a tradition to watch at least one Home Alone movie every single year. This year was Home Alone 2. Last year was the egregious Home Alone 3. So I make that a tradition to watch at least one Christmas special, you know, throughout the holiday season. That's the most I do. If this was 20 years ago, heck, 10 years ago, I'd be out the house right now kicking it with my people. But we don't do that as much. I mean, my god kids, they all grown up. My goddaughter, she's 22. Godson just turned 18 this year. You know, they moving on, so it's like it's not the same anymore. So if you have kids who are grown, it doesn't quite feel the same. Wait till little buddy goes for 20 years, it ain't gonna feel the same then. Like it is. It ain't gonna feel the same then.
So Hustler and Muscular is talking right now. He's been in the chat. And right next to me I have Emog, but we were letting H&M finish or start his story. So when we're talking about Blue Christmas, right? How do you create that special memory for the people that are still around? Is it only for kids? Is what I'm hearing. Like it's mostly for kids.
For kids.
Yeah, like the holiday, like excitement, the magic. Because you said about your kids being grown. Like I said, for Bunny, she doesn't. She's a toddler. Like she's literally a baby that just started walking. You know, at the beginning of the year, she doesn't know anything about anything. So when it comes to like the holiday magic, I mean, she can't even say Santa yet. You know. So I think the ages between 3 and let's say 12 is when it's the most exciting for kids because they still want to actually play with toys. That's why I think these next few years are going to be a little weird because it's like, you know, what do you do? Besides just call it another day.
Yeah, that's true. Now, granted, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of lost. I'm not gonna say I lost interest in Christmas, but I would say by the time I started high school, I wasn't looking at Christmas time the same. Even though we kind of did more or less the same thing. Like if this was 20 years ago, I'm gonna say 25, maybe 28 years ago, we'd be going out to Mississippi to see my grandparents and my family members. But sadly, my grandparents passed away at least 15 years ago. Both of them are gone, as a matter of fact. So. Me and my mother saw no purpose to go out there. And I lost my godmother just last January, this past January, January 2023. So now I see no purpose to go out of town to celebrate the holidays. I don't know anybody else, you know, to celebrate it with. I just celebrate it to myself. Maybe start a panel with y'all, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe or just play some Christmas songs all day, like it's fast some underground, not so mainstream Christmas songs to listen to while you're walking around the house. That's what I do. That's what I'm doing now. What's doing?
Yeah, because I can't think of anything else that you can do on a day like this. Everything's closed, so it's not like you can just run to the store if you wanted to. That's why we were trying to get all of our grocery shopping. We went to the grocery store like 4 different times to get things. So
I did all my grocery shopping yesterday. I said do all that on Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah.
And you can imagine Christmas Eve, everything gonna close early. I went to a shop mall and closed at 8 o'clock at night. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
It's still really like 10. They close at 8 because it's Christmas Eve. So then you're shopping last minute on Christmas Eve because Christmas Day everything closed. And you know what's funny? I found it funny because I remember 20 years ago around Christmas Day, we went up a club after we, had Christmas dinner with our families or whatever. We literally went to a club on Christmas Day.
I remember that.
It's kind of funny.
But yeah, think about it. Somebody has to work that shift, which is whack. But yeah, I do remember hearing people going to the club after Christmas dinner. I'm like, what?
Thanksgiving, same thing.
Yeah, definitely.
In fact, if this was 2004, 2003, I'll probably be getting myself ready to head out around 9, 10 o'clock at night. And that's another thing. Staying out late at night doesn't feel the same when you're past 30. There was a time to cherish being out at 10 o'clock at night, but now that we're, let's say, younger, old people, it don't feel the same no more. At 9 o'clock, I'm taking my butt home, and I'm going to turn in for the night.
Right. Definitely.
Especially you have kids in the house, like you, Breann, you and your husband can't be out. Like, well, then again, when y'all got married, all that stopped more or less anyway. So I'm just saying, it goes double when you have a family to take care of. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, we go places together, but we're always together. Like we don't have a babysitter, so if we're going somewhere, we darn sure to try to make sure the baby can come too. Oh, all we need is 3 more likes, and I'm gonna sing for you guys. I'm not really into the holidays, but my husband is. See, and that's important. At least one of the two have to be like super holiday, Christmas happy. Definitely won't call my husband a Grinch, but getting excited for the holidays isn't something he's really excited for. Let's see.
I will play a Christmas song for you, but I don't want you to get a copyright claim.
Yeah, no, it'd have to be an instrumental because I think they'll really catch the holiday music now. So H&M is talking right now, Zed. We're gonna get Emog in here. But yeah, I think we figured it out. The link will work for one person at a time. And they have to be able to copy the link somehow. Like they might have to go to Google and then log into the live. And then
I typed it out verbatim, letter by letter.
Wait 1 second. I'm going to turn you up a little bit. Thank you, guys. She laughed at this part because she's super close. She thinks this show is so funny. All right, you guys. I'm going to move you guys back over to YouTube. Okay, I think we got it working.
Well, let me add this real quick. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Go ahead. Go ahead, H&M. This is H&M, you guys.
H to the N to the M, dropping some gems, stomping hard like a pair of Tims. Remember that. But anyway, yeah, to piggyback on what Bobby Wright was saying, about dating when you're older or whatever. I used to wonder who has it harder, women or do men have it harder? People say women have it harder because past 30, you don't have youth. Well, you got beauty because you can look good at any age, but you don't have fertility on your side. So how you gonna start a family with someone that doesn't have those 3 things going for them? And in my humble opinion, I think the only advantage younger women have over older women is fertility. As far as quality of person, that's a matter of opinion because I met immature 20-year-olds. I met some immature 40, 50-year-olds. I said some things you're never too old for, and I guess acting like a fool is one of them, unfortunately. So I can't say younger is better. I can't say older is better. Then you got the other side. People say men have it harder because let's face it, when you're 30, they say that's the prime of your youth or whatever because when you're 20, you're work in progress. By 30, you're financially stable. You're basically at the age where you can get multiple women of different ages. The only problem is trying to date at that age, it just seems hit or miss. Think about this. When you're 35, you can't date younger because Younger women only want you for money, more or less anyway. You can't date older because they only want you purely for convenience. Like, I need a father for my I need a stepdaddy for my kids or whatever. Which we have really talked about that sometime months ago, the whole stepdaddy thing. Or they'll give it to you as long as you can. Women are looking for a financial come up. So it's harder for both sides, but it begs the question, who has it the hardest or harder? But what do y'all think? Older men or younger women, who has it harder? Anybody can answer.
I don't think no, I don't think it's a question on who has it harder, because I feel like the more that we look at that,
Who
the
was
more
that
that we
talking?
are in
I'm
the
sorry, who
divide.
was that talking?
It's the person on the screen. It's Iman.
Oh, that's not me.
Yes. Yeah. Wait, you gotta get a little closer to the speaker or turn off the Bluetooth because I can barely hear you. Yeah.
Okay, Bluetooth is off. No, I don't think that it's a matter of who has it harder, because I feel like that's the biggest part of our divide. Is that we're constantly in this flux of trying to figure out not only who has it harder, but what are the reasons for it being harder. If I ever look at my relationship with my parents, they never had it any easier than anybody in my generation. I mean, they just had a different moral standpoint. They dealt with the same amount of drama. There was the same amount of immaturity back then as there is today. Some people wanted to go out in their relationships differently than others. There was a bunch of moral standpoints that kept them integrated in a different way. Society held them to a specific standard, and because of those standards, their relationship flustered and grew. I feel like it's really just a generational change with a whole lot of changes that have happened over the past years when it comes to uh, what the expectations of a relationship is, or the dynamics of a relationship. It's a lot of people. I can say right now, a good portion of it is like everybody pictures this movie-esque or this picturesque vision of a relationship. They get an idea and they hold on to the idea without understanding the complexities or caring for the complexities. One of my biggest issues with the relationship is that whenever it comes to me as a man, they don't really care about me. They don't care enough to really understand me or really get to know me. Uh, they like the fun times. They enjoy the moments that I can provide for them. They enjoy the kindred times. They enjoy the intimacy. But whenever it came to something as remembering my favorite color, they don't do that. And I feel like the standard starts with their development, what they've seen in a relationship. And if they haven't had that or they don't get that, and you for instance, I grew up with a family, I grew up with a set of parents that showed me what a relationship really could be like. And I can say right now, I'm about positive my adopted parents have thought about divorce on multiple fronts. Whenever they fight like it's World War III. But I can also see that within a matter of days, they love each other. They're holding on to each other. They'd rather go out together than to go without each other.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up with that perspective, I understand it's not so black and white. It really is a choice of whether or not you want to quit on the person or stay with the person. And a good portion of today's relationships, I've seen where people say, well, this isn't right, or this isn't right, or this is difficult, or that's difficult. And it doesn't allow them. I mean, they say stuff like, this is difficult, or that's difficult. This is wrong, or that's wrong, or I don't like this about my relationship. I don't like that. They so focus on the negatives that they forget that it's a choice. At the end of the day, it's a choice. You can focus on all the negatives. You can focus on all the things that are wrong. You can focus on whether or not it's easier to go with or easier to go without. You can focus on all these conflicting arguments, or you can focus on the fact that you have somebody that's willing to choose you, and you can choose them too. It's a choice in the end result. I can't really say that I digress the right way with this, but I hope that my point's being made on it.
Yeah, you don't want to be with someone who's going to give up on you at a slight inconvenience. And I think I've seen, even if we're talking about celebrities, where they're like, oh, this is inconvenient, or I don't like this, or I just want to try something new. That's what you do with a boyfriend or girlfriend. That's not what you do when you're married. because I think most people, unless it's something egregious, you're going to regret it down the line. It doesn't have to be now, 2 years, 10 years, it could be 20, 30 years down the line. You're like, why in the heck did I do that? What was I thinking? There's nothing else out here. That person built a whole life with me and loved me. Here I am, either in a less fulfilling relationship or single, and you just wish you didn't do that. So again, I can't talk for celebrities. I can't talk for other marriages other than my own. But leaving over a slight inconvenience, or the fact that you just want to try something new and you're kind of in that bored phase, is egregious, especially when there's kids involved. So even when X said in the chat you don't plan on having kids, well, still the two people in the marriage matter, because even though kids may be a result of that marriage, other people can see you married. Other people will develop a relationship with you as a cousin, a friend, and they want to see you happy too. So, a person leaving because of a slight inconvenience or a misunderstanding, I think that's silly with any relationship, romantic or otherwise. And I will say, technology is supposed to make things easier. It's made things harder. For instance, we met Emog when we were on the other side of the country, and the fact that we still have technology to communicate is great. But communication online isn't the same as being in person, right?
Amen.
No, it isn't. So, yeah,
no,
go
it's
ahead.
not. I said amen.
They agree with you, baby.
Oh,
I agree
okay.
with you.
Gotcha. So when you think about any relationship, you think, okay, how do we still stay close even when things change? So if there's distance, if there's sickness, if there's, a new person you're in a relationship with, if you have less time because you have a newborn, how do you still work to make that relationship work? And if you're just willing to give up a relationship simply because it's not convenient anymore, or things aren't, exactly the same, you got to still work towards that. So when we say Blue Christmas, we don't regret moving away. In some ways, we wish we would have known the things we know now being far away. Like, if I would have known certain relationships would change when things changed in my life, like having a baby, or, now becoming a housewife, I can't relate to people who work anymore. So if they're sitting there spending all this time talking about work and I can't relate, and that makes a relationship change, that's a problem. Oh, 3 more likes, you guys, and I'll sing for you. 3 more likes. We gotta get to 15. And yeah, that's all I really. She's gonna start singing. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about that. But yeah, slight inconveniences changing a relationship sucks. But misunderstandings. That was the other thing I was gonna say. Misunderstandings happen so much when you're interacting with somebody, because nobody knows your life experience the way you know it. The closest person I can say is my husband, because I tell him every darn thing, and he's seen a lot of how and why I interact. He's seen my family, so being understood for me personally was very, very important as a person with, ADHD and anxiety, because being understood is like my number one thing. Like, I need to be understood. Even though you haven't walked life in my shoes, I'm going to give you so much information. You should be able to get pretty darn close to how I think, And I don't want you to be a mind reader, but if I'm making a decision or I'm frozen in a decision, you'll slightly understand why. Oh, I see the comments. Let me not miss the ones. So let's start with X. You said forget this country. I think you mean as far as dating. And then X, I don't think X has ever dated anyone his age. They've always been older by at least 3 years, if I'm not correct. Long time ago, and had the baby. Okay, I do remember that. X, focus on you and you'll find her naturally. The crazy thing? Zed, that's what we tell women to do. We tell them to focus on themselves and the guy will find them. I don't think that works for guys, Zed. I think guys have to still be the active ones in pursuing a lady. So even though I don't agree with that, I think X still does need that time to heal. And you want to get your passport soon. We've always said travel, because even if you don't find the person you want outside of traveling, you'll gain new perspectives. So that's why we recommend that to single people. I say that too. I like when this is relevant if you don't like me back. That's very, very true. My friend was 2 years older, so he was 1 year younger. He was 3 years older. Correct. So we've talked about that on another live, but essentially, I still think X needs time to heal. That was a longer relationship for him, and I recommend finding somebody that is very interesting. Like, you don't think they're turning the gears if they want to go get a free meal from you or not. You know, they should be excited and thrilled for that. But Imag, what are your? Let's do that first. What are your plans for today?
Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much I'm home alone on this Christmas. Trying to relax, take the day in. I mean, I was never really a person that celebrated Christmas to begin with. I this topic actually kind of hits hard for me simply because I grew up in a very large family. I think you know this perspective personally. Um, I grew up in a very large family. I grew up with a whole lot of surroundings, a whole lot of people around me. And as I got older, that distance came into play. Relationships began to go their separate ways, and slowly but surely, I mean, I could blame it on consumerism. I could blame it on capitalism. I could blame it on just how people handle their views and materialistic views. I can pin it on all these different things, but if I could just put it in a nutshell, I grew up. The magic of Christmas has kind of warped. And it's not because Christmas is any less magical, but it's because as I've gotten older, I've been able to see past it for what it really is. And the truth is, it's a time of year where people just over exaggerate a specific day and the necessity of their own consumeristic or their own joy of consumerism. Uh, I feel like in a nutshell, everybody's willing to sit there and try to make this about a magical year with a bunch of music, a bunch of festivities, but in the result, if you if you're not spending a Christmas with a bunch of presents or with the expectation that you're at least giving something to somebody else, it's not Christmas. People are so held up on the idea of Christmas being this specific standard, and they've uplifted this standard so much that the meaning of the holiday has kind of, especially if you get older, the meaning of the holiday is kind of evident. Either A, you're doing Christmas the way that everybody else is doing Christmas, or B, you're not really having much of a Christmas at all. A good portion of the times where I have this realization is whenever somebody says, now ask me what I'm doing for Christmas, and I said I'm probably just going to relax and just take the day for myself, and they feel sad for me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
and I mean, I get it. I guess they had this idea that everybody should be surrounded by loved ones and receiving presents on Christmas, but does Christmas really rely on that, or is Christmas just supposed to be about cherishing another person? If it is about cherishing other people, then why do we need the gifts? Why do we need the to sit there and stress ourselves out every Black Friday? Why do we have crowds of crowds? I mean, I was just about 3 days ago, I went to go get some food, and I was trying to drop off these kids so they can go to TJ Maxx to look at some stuff for Christmas. And still on that point, it's like 2 or 3 days before Christmas, the traffic's crazy. People are being mean to each other. I saw a couple people fighting at the doorway trying to get in, trying to fight over something. And it's evident, like even 2 days before the holidays, you know what I mean? Um, another example of this, just recently, 2 days ago, actually, it's also within the 2 days mark. There was a dog that I found outside. It was I didn't know at the time, but it was elderly. It was 16 years old. Um, it looked very malnourished. It looked very bad off. I took it in the house and I started nursing it and started taking care of it and whatnot. Again, later came to find out that it was 16 years old. Whenever it came to giving it back to the owners were, admonished. They were super, super grateful. You know what I mean? They were totally grateful that I took care of their dog and was handing it back to them and whatnot. But their shock behind such a kind gesture was kind of weird to me. And I mean, at the time when I said it, I didn't think much of it. I said, "Well, yeah, well, it's Christmas." You know what I mean? But the truth is, that's something I would do regardless if it was Christmas or not. That's something I would do regardless of the time of year. I mean, this is something I would do on July 4th. This is something I would do on August 14th. This is nothing new. It's just doing a humane thing for another human being, which just brings more evidence of why. It brings to the question: why in the world do we have to be so kind on Christmas? Why can't we do this year round? Why can't every day be quote unquote Christmas? Why can't we have this joy, this cheer, this goodwill for our fellow man every single day of our lives? Why do we have to prioritize one time a year to make sure that we do this overzealous, grand, nice Miracle on 34th Street level, nice. I'm sorry, I don't want to cuss, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes into play, Christmas
Yeah,
to me
someone
has
said
kind
that
of warped.
recently. Like, oh, don't worry, the holidays are coming up. You know, things will be better. And I'm thinking, what do the holidays have to do with anything? You know what I mean?
Right,
So,
right.
like, the holidays don't make really anything better. And again, the same person who said that, I haven't spoken to really since. So I remember thinking, like, what was the relevance of bringing up the holidays as far as like connecting and doing things together? It seems silly in hindsight. So now when I look at, you know, or listen to like stories like you, I'm like, yeah, the holidays. It's just the thing you get so used to saying. It's almost subconscious. Oh yeah, the holidays. Everyone's going to be in a better mood, and you know, credit limits are going to be up. People are getting ready to get gifts, and then you realize you're an adult. And again, most of the people who came on today didn't even mention anything about, you know, getting gifts or having to shop for anybody. It's just spending time with people, you know. And then on top of that, in a very weird economic time, I never planned on buying anything for anybody, you know. I got myself some $14 house slippers from Walmart and enough food to, you know, make for the next 2 days. I'm not thinking that long term when it comes to, you know, this particular week, because after this week, you know, then now we're talking rent, you know, on the 1st. So
Yep.
everything else, you know, doesn't really matter to me. That's other than
life still
a day
moves
off of
forward,
work.
right?
Today is about spending money. To most people, you don't need today to love someone. Haven't gotten a gift for Christmas in about 17 years. Exactly. So then even if I did want something, who am I asking? You know what I mean? Like, hey, I want this for Christmas. It's like, so you grown, get it yourself, or ask your husband, you know, who supports you. You know, these comments get real crazy, especially since I'm a housewife. But yeah, I think I think when people say something, they're not thinking about it full. It's not like I'm gonna ask Santa for something and it's gonna end up on my door. You know what I mean? Yeah. Man, I'm so happy you came on here. Did you want to ask Tess something?
I mean, you already know I can always talk to Tez all the time. No, I'm just glad to be able to be on here. I appreciate you having me on here. Everybody who don't know me, I'm Emos Gaming, aka Tay Money, aka Ha Dama Lama. I'm down to be on here anytime you want me, Bree. I love y'all, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. You are always welcome. But yeah, hit us up.
I will
Girl, stop
definitely.
blowing spit bubbles everywhere. Yuck. Keep
No,
away from her.
that's precious. You gotta pop them bubbles. Keep them
That's the good
bubbles.
stuff.
That's not
That's
the
the
good
good stuff.
stuff.
That's the good
That is
stuff.
the good stuff. That is the good stuff.
Not both of
Oh, look at
y'all.
Ted's bald head.
Yo,
I love
bro.
you.
He
I love you.
handsome.
I love you, Ted. I love you, Ted. I love you, Ted. I love you, Ted. I love you. I
You
just
hear
remember
him?
what you were like with dreads, and it's hard to imagine anything else.
Tess, you hear him?
I ain't hear that.
He said it's just hard to imagine you without the dreads.
Oh.
That's all he said. Yeah, girl. She had to get wiped. She's covered.
Well, if you guys ever come back to this side of the states, you know, definitely down to see y'all again. I'm gonna get off of here though. Let somebody else take the reins. I can talk for days. You already know I can. So, all of
Yeah,
y'all, thank you
right.
for listening to what I had to say. Yada yada. Adios.
See ya. Bye.
See ya.
All right, you guys. I think you guys are having a little bit less of a blue. You're here. Hi, H&M. Is that a recent? Yeah, that's a recent message. Was that funny? Glad you dropped the milk. All right, H&M, are you able to copy the link? How do I get someone on here then? Because all it says is copied at the moment. It doesn't say where I can put the link. Okay. I hear something in the background. Is that me? It could be me. Because as you know, I kind of messed with the floor. Do you hear that?
What?
Listen.
I do hear something. I don't know what that might be. Somebody TV man?
It would only be our TV. We're the only ones alive at the moment.
Yeah, but you can't hear that. I don't know. I don't know, baby.
Weird. Yeah, it sounds like someone else's TV is on. Let me go to the YouTube. Yep, it's me again. I don't know if I did it twice. Okay. Feels less blue now that I got out my story needed to vent. Oh, absolutely. We support a good venting session. So the reason why I opened, so when you open the YouTube chat, this is a side screen of YouTube chat. I'm really trying to get my words together. This is more confusing than you guys would think. Put this in my own chat. Nope, I lost it. Let me see. So I may have to hear another story in the, I don't see the link. I know, the link. Oh, you know what? I may just have to copy it again from the, this is very difficult. Because remember I had to edit my description. Let's see if it'll let me edit it again from YouTube Studios. Because that's how we fixed it last time from YouTube Studios. Oh, goodness gracious. Singing, Mama. Yes. Because that was the pre-show. Alright, we need 3 more likes and 1 more subscriber to be at 5,100. You know what? Where are my lives at? That's supposed to be its own tab, right? Right? I don't know. My husband's like, I don't know. We are building it as we fly, as they say. Because there's the Christmas one. And then where's the one we're at now? Or on now? Someone know? Yes, that's the link that Extras gave us. Let's try that. Now we're going to try and get H&M on that link one more time. We're going to pin it. So now you may have to go YouTube/live/join. So you may have to go to your web browser and do it. I think that's how Emog got on, since he's on Android. So it's on Android? One of those. And now as far as the video we're on now, I'm going to have to actually go to my page and go in as like a viewer. Because it won't let me do it any other way. I'm in my channel settings. Me. Good job. Me. Let's see if I can add that. 1 second, X. I want to make sure that the link also works for H&M. So can you try that link, H&M, really quick? I just want to make sure. Because we'll probably finish out the show with X. I just want to make sure things are working the way they're supposed to. Yes, I do see it. Got rejected. Yeah, I said I'm going to add you back in 1 second. The link directly. Yes. What I'm saying is I'm trying to see if H&M can join it. And we'll finish off the show with you. Me. Good job. Yeah, you got on via the link directly. I see that. I guess I just want to know if H&M can click it. I can't click the link on my, oh, you're correct. You can't do it from a laptop. It's only from a phone, H&M. We said that much earlier in the show, but right now YouTube Live only works from, the direct link. Retype the link in your texts and you should be able to click it. Okay, I can do that. So H&M, what I'm going to do is, if it lets me, darn, copy and paste this to, I can't even grab it. I'm trying to grab it and it keeps letting me click it. I may have to do that from the computer because since I don't have a mouse, it just keeps letting me click directly to it. Click, remove, delete. Retype the link in your text. Yeah, H&M, it's gonna have to be from a mobile device because just follow what Emog is saying. Retype the link in your text messages, and you should be able to click it. But that's only from your cell phone. Can anyone else click it? Besides X, because X, we're going to get you back at the end of the show when we close out. Because it is noon now, and I at least want to get all of my noodles for the lasagna cooked. Uh-oh. Look, you see what she does? She likes to just play with the sides. Open, close. You start singing the song, she starts singing with you. All right, but no, I see Angela C is still in the chat. H&M, I appreciate you guys. Angela C, I know I got something coming in the mail for you after Christmas because everything's closed right now. But it's just a prototype. We're literally probably going to take the entire year to get ready for New Year because I think it'll be best to like relaunch it when I have a lot of them. Two, when I can like show the progression. Because I am stubborn when it comes to most things, and I realized having someone else print it out and do everything that I know I can do myself is almost silly. So I have a designer. I have all of the tools here to make it myself. Yes, it takes longer, but if I can have those few months to build it up and edit and change things, I think I'll be a lot happier with the outcome. And my lovely husband, when my printer completely clunked out on me, we just went on Black Friday and got a whole new printer. You know, the one that you actually manually add the ink into, and then the ink lasts for pretty much ever. And we bought a second set of ink just in case I'm printing a lot. So, yeah, we're trying to get this printer done for 2026 so that, you know, it'll be ready for a full launch. Because right now, not quite ready yet. But I know you guys like to see the progression of things on this channel. All right, so let's see. We have Zed still in the chat. Angela C. If anyone wants to chime in really quick, if their voice heard, tell me about a thing they like about Christmas or dislike. It's called Blue Christmas, but we're all adults. There's something blue, you know, about these Christmases now that we're grown. So please tell me about it, or just type it in the chat and I can read it for you. Whew. We've been on here a few hours. Did a mop, gotta make this lasagna. I'll try to post it on my YouTube also, the lasagna. I like cleaning up. Those always do really well on YouTube. And like cleaning something. Uh-oh. Ooh. Do you need a diaper change or is it the way you're standing? Okay. I was like, why does it look like that? Alright. Well, if you guys aren't able to hit the link, anything else you guys want to say in the comments? Again, it's Christmas, but you know. I mean, we don't have any of our twinkle lights up yet. We still have to put up twinkle lights tonight, so yeah, it's quite a few things to do to, you know, be ready. Oh, did I freeze? Oh, I was frozen, but it was because my tablet was frozen. So let's take this out. Ooh, that's even a tiny bit better. All right, any other stories with it? The nostalgia from the oldie style music makes me see a huge chunk of my life is over. Love-hate relationship with Christmas. Oh, absolutely. I hear that. But, you know, like I said, good memories, a lot of stuff going on. Oh my goodness, 2 more likes and I'll sing for you guys before I get out of here. My husband's in here laughing, like, I'm going to sing for them. I'm going to need, like, some karaoke style. Oh my goodness. I did not add on Sweet Melody Media or Killer Swag. We literally, and I'm glad I didn't initially because I would have been giving them the wrong link to start. So we need 2 more likes and I'm going to sing badly for you guys. Because I don't think I've ever gotten, during the live, up to over like 15, 20 likes, if I remember correctly. So that'd be cool. Last Christmas, Wham makes me tear up every time. Oh, you don't need to tear up if I start singing it. So Last Christmas. Oh, and it's a Blue Christmas. Actually, X, that would be perfect. That's so sad. Are you gonna sing with me? Last Christmas. Oh, the last Christmas I gave you my heart. Is that it? Yeah. Let's do Last Christmas karaoke. It's funny, I brief higher key, lower key. I don't know. We're gonna click this first link. Let's see. Because this is the karaoke version, so we should be okay. Why does Let It Go come up as a second? Heartbreak on Christmas, how ironic. I know, right? But that's kind of the point of today. We need 2 more likes. Let me take a listen to this. And then, well, So Into You by Tamia comes up next. Oops, I clicked it by accident. Somebody said I officially ruined the song in the comments. Sorry, that was funny. Let me hear this. Yep, this is it. All right, you guys, we need 2 more likes. And then my husband is going to be laughing the whole time. It's going to be a mess. But let's do it together. So yes, Last Christmas. Well, we definitely don't want you to cry. Hopefully you'll laugh more than cry because it's going to be really bad. Hopefully you guys are going to be singing with me on the other side of that phone. Yeah. Somebody said they officially ruined it with their bad singing. It's a good song, though. You want to sing with me, my love? You. You. He's an owl now. But yeah, the baby will sing with me. Heartbreak on Christmas. I know. Yeah. Somebody said singing this in October. Clocked. See, this is why we love the comment section. All right, guys, 2 more likes. If we can get 2 more likes before we close out, that'll be great. Yeah. I'm so happy that you guys came. It's less of a blue Christmas for us. And then, of course, we're having lasagna tonight and cleaning. Because I don't want to have to wait until New Year's. Because even though these are like the time we would be off of work, New Year should be the time where we almost just kind of float into the new year without having to do as much. But, of course, a nice little mop and counter clean and slight reorganization is going to be really nice. He turned into an owl, says Emog. Yeah. He said, who? Who? So, yes. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. $822. Yeah. It's a lot of views. Oh, my goodness. What else needs to be done today? Am I forgetting something? Yeah, well, I'm talking about me, like anything I'm forgetting I was supposed to do today. Oh, we're supposed to call people, aren't we? Okay, call. No, that's not a dog in the background. That is literally our baby playing with her toy that's screwed into something. It's a little baby jungle jump, and she can turn the things. But nope, there are no fluffy anythings in the background. Babies only. Yeah. Yes, she is having a blast right now. But yeah, that was actually quite a vicarious noise if you didn't know how to explain that one. 2 more likes, you guys, sad face. Oh, trust me, all is well over here, but yeah, we can do the baby for now because there's no way I'm adding any other living, breathing, eating things right now to our day-to-day. Well, actually, that's not true. Anything under the age of 18, I guess is what I wanted to say. Yeah, we love it here. Look at her. Mwah! 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 Kiss. Look at her. Mwah! Baby. You kiss the baby. She's having a blast, man. All right, you guys. We're probably about to close out. No songs for you. But yes, please listen to Last Christmas Wham if you guys want to hear that. Because, yeah, I think we're at our cap. It's usually around like 10 to 13, so that's pretty much where it's staying. That's why I wanted the goal to be 15 instead of 10, because we haven't gotten 15 yet. But yeah, if you guys have any other comments, please leave them below so I can read them, or in the after show, because I have YouTube Studios. It tells me your comments after the show posts. But yeah, I hope you guys aren't asked that on Christmas. If you think of any stories afterwards, you can still put them in the comments of this video, because I'll be checking in. But also, I still have to post another video, so I'll be on the app regardless. You see that buzzing just going up? Oh, how sweet. You see it? It went away. It says, look, that happens every time we're on a live. A little sparkle is just going across the screen, up and down. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Iman, come back. Hi. See a water bottle.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. You can't deny us that song. I'll sing it. Jesus. I was feeling it.
Okay.
Get everybody on this chat. We'll all sing it. We'll all sing it together.
Okay. I think everyone else is gone now. But yeah, if you want to stop doing that, you can go right on ahead. All right. Oh, wait, you're not X. You're Ema. Okay, hold on. You started just like he does, though. I was like, okay, X. You're going to be a little off, but it's okay. See, you just plays from your phone. It's going to be off anyway.
The funny thing is, I watched Rush Hour the other day. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away. This year, set me from tears, I will live with someone special.
That's what I'm saying. It's not too far off, but it's noticeable. So I have to sing along with you. Hilarious.
I wasn't me. It wasn't me. That wasn't me singing. That was.
Someone special.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Yeah, there's actually no lyrics going past at the moment because this is the interlude. So here, it's coming back. Here we go.
There you go. Come on, Ted. Come on.
One
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
I keep my distance, but still you catch my eye.
Oh, I don't know the lyrics. Wait, what? There's lyrics? Wait, there's lyrics to this? Hold on. All the years, I just know the chorus. What do you? There's lyrics?
There's more lyrics. I wrapped it up and sent it with the note saying, "I love you, I meant it." Now I know what a fool I've been, but if you kiss me now, I know you'd fool me again. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. The very next day. You don't gotta worry about copyright. This year, save me from tears. I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. The very next day, you gave it away. Come on. What? The baby had an accident.
Man, I love you on that miss, y'all, man. You had such a fun live, for real, for real. It was great to be a part of it. Thanks for having me.
My
I hope
gosh, it's everywhere.
lasagna's good. I hope y'all lasagna's good. I hope everything's fire for y'all.
Yeah, so it's been nice talking to you guys. We have a Christmas surprise from the baby.
You gotta go.
I gotta go.
Right now.
Thank you for stopping by, you guys. You got the song regardless. You can text us, okay?
For real.
Okay,
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Bye.
I gotta go, bye.
Bye.
Ew, yuck.